I'm John Prince, a pilot with the Sea King Search and Rescue helicopter flight here at RAF Lossiemouth in northern Scotland. Each year we respond to about 120 calls for help, and these calls take us into areas such as the stormy North Sea and the treacherous Arctic-like conditions of mountains in Scotland in winter. For a whole year, everything we did was filmed, and in this series we'll be taking you along with us to the front line of action on emergencies such as Piper Alpha, ship sinking, avalanches, and even helping out with newborn babies. For 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, we're on call, waiting for the scramble bell to ring.
Brake on, lights on, out, down, tighten the lock, harnesses tighten the lock, should be okay. Ready for rotor start down the back? Start rotors ground.
Clear to engage.
Thank you. And turning. Rotor start looks good. Chocks long lead away, please.
Roger.
2 forward, 1 back, 52 to 66 to main, and the lights are out. Wait for the dwell. 2 splits, and the checks, please.
Primary.
Off stow, pressure 0.
DKS.
Is off.
Windshield.
Off.
Pitot.
Off.
Antonis.
Off.
Battery.
On.
And drive.
Main, lights out.
Speed select.
Torques matching at 100 NR.
Flight idles.
MI's in.
Fuel contents.
4,000.
Booster
All on.
Cross speed.
Closed.
T-speed.
Within limits.
Flight instruments.
All erect. Flags away. Compass synchronized. 2508 and 8 is in the TANs.
And the pressure is 979.
Okay, lifting straight off, turning out straight on track, and that's track 114, Rescue 136.
Yeah, you're clear. Take off. Surface wind 23040, gusting 50.
Lifting now. Hold tight, everybody.
Coast Guard, Rescue 137, channel 0.
Sorry, Coast Guard, that's clear, over.
Rescue 137, you're landing clear. Airborne from Lossie at 1330 Alpha, 6 on board, 4 hours 45 endurance. And we have 1 pump on board, en route to fishing vessel Budding Rose in the Montrose field. Approximate ETA 1500 Alpha. Rescue 137, just coasting out north of Peterhead. Do you have a description of the vessel and how many on board?
She is the Peterhead Budding Rose, PD284. She is a wooden vessel, 80 feet in length, with a maroon hull. She has whale back forward, deck shelter round the housing. Both are white with a light blue top.
Over.
Many thanks.
It's amazing to think that someone else in a worse position than we are at the moment.
Can I quote you on that in future?
Budding Rose, rescue helicopter 137 on channel 0.
Yes, helicopter 137. Receiving over.
137, roger. Request update of your position and situation on board.
Everything's just went dead like. The boat's aside you, he'll give you a position. He's throwing me head to the wind, you see.
No.
I think I'll put 3 men up in the chopper just now as a precaution, you know. We haven't got the water stopped yet. I think it's still making a bit.
I see one. One boat with one alongside it.
Rescue 137 is on scene. Wind southwesterly, 40 knots plus. Sea state 627 and shortly commencing winching, over.
137, roger that.
This is it, Budding Rose. Okay.
Fishing vessel Budding Rose, this is rescue helicopter 137.
Hi, Sir Budding Rose, go ahead.
Rescue 137 will lower a nylon rope with weights on the end to the deck. Request you get hold of it, perhaps with a boat hook. Once you get hold of the line, do not, I say again, do not attach it to your boat. Try and keep the line coiled up and use it to haul our winchman on board, over.
Thank you very much, Captain. Okay, now it's no problem.
To do this, looking at that boat, it's awkward with it pitching up and down like that. However, just moving across to have a look.
Yeah, if we can time it right, that should be okay. Looking at the port corner where the guys are standing.
Okay, moving in now then.
Yeah, okay. Oh, it's not too bad.
It's bloody wave.
No, you see the guy, the nearest guy to us, right above his head, there's a lump of iron sticks out with a weight or something hanging on it. We need to watch that. And his power block's pointing more or less aft. But, yeah, it should be clear enough there to get pulling over the side with the high line. The whip aerial on the top of the main mast.
Visual.
Let's see, what else? He's under the spots at the moment.
Just moving forward now.
Okay. Just wondering whether that height is a bit ambitious. We might have to come up a little bit with the whip if he catches a big wave. So there's plenty of deck area to get in on, and there's a pile of nets at the back if we're pushing.
Anything else at the back there that you've got definitely the quarter there?
Yeah, where the guys are standing, it's the obvious spot. He's got a boat up, that should help to get the high line on board.
Yeah.
It's just the height. I think we might have to come up a bit, John. So when he gets a big one, that whip aerial would, yeah, that would go into the spots now.
Okay, I'm coming closer now.
Okay, I'm quite happy to, from what I've seen.
Yeah, but I just want to check the height. There's no hurry. No one's going to be injured on this.
Okay.
Boat.
No, we're too low at the moment then. When he comes up on a big one, that whip aerial comes up beyond our spots.
Okay, well I'm keeping well clear. Just keep an eye on it.
Okay.
I'm not hurrying any.
What's your rotors, John?
Okay, we're well clear, I think.
Yeah, at the moment.
Oh, there's no hurry. Tell them we're looking at the situation. Here comes a big wave, look, you say?
A couple of big ones coming through, John.
Okay. Well, how about that for a height, though?
Yep.
Happy with that, Paul?
I think he'll probably come now. It's probably too low. Hang on, he's watching the whip there.
That's plenty of height.
Okay, well, if you accept that we might get a bit of damage off his whip aerial or break the whip, that's fine.
That's okay. And just tell him what we're going to do.
Yeah, I briefed him on the high line. So it's high line down, then bob, two guys up, pump down, another guy up, or guy and bob.
If he's happy, I won't put it up the air.
I'll probably stay on it. See what's happening.
Do you do anything?
Bob, I'd rather you didn't stay on the winch if you
No, I'm in on the boat. I'll stay on the boat.
Okay, mate.
Okay.
Ready to run in for high line.
Forward two and right two. Forward one and right. Height is good. Dead ahead one. Nearly there. I think I'm going to need more weight. Steady. Steady. Okay. Clear left and back. He has the high line.
Yeah.
Right, you happy there, Bob? You know what we're doing?
Yep.
No hurry.
Okay,
Not
so I'll not be going anywhere near that. We'll be keeping you well out to the side so they pull you on, okay? Happy to winch?
Just wait for the big one.
Yeah.
We'll keep you clear. Don't worry, mate.
I'd wait for the roll for the sideways.
All ready, John?
Yeah, just hold on a minute. It's a little bit of rough when the waves go through. Ready to run in.
Okay, we're just hold it here until I get Bob out to height. Winching out. And winching out. That's a good position. We can almost get Bob on from here. Come forward two. Forward two and right. Anything happening up front? Any big ones?
You're clear for the moment. You've got about 3.
Steady. Pull the bloody high line, you bastards. Steady. Getting a bit of a swing on. They're not pulling the high line hard enough. Come on, pull, you buggers. Ask them to pull the Winchman on, please, Flood. Steady, getting a swing.
Not me.
No, they're not pulling the high line to get him on board. Steady there, we're in a good position.
Okay, the waves are in front of even out a bit.
That's it, they've got the message.
Thank you.
Back one and left. Okay, steady.
What's going on, sir?
I'm just trying to get them to pull him on board. They're not pulling. They're not keeping the high line taut. That's it. They've got the message. Forward, two, and right.
Big wave.
Okay. Plenty of room. Pull, you bastards. Forward one and right. Dead ahead one. Steady. Pull. Steady. Steady. Okay, Bob's approaching the deck. Steady. Steady. On the deck, lots of spare cable. Empty hooks. Sorry, empty hook. Yep. Hanging on to it. Steady. Okay, Bob is safe on the deck. Empty strops in the water at the moment, waiting for two guys to come up. Steady there, John. It's a good position.
Keep your eye on the waves, son. That's a nice warning.
Left one. Steady. Okay, lots of slack cable. Placing a man in the strop, one in the strop. Two in the strop, ready for a lift. Okay. Right one. We're going to snatch them out as and when. Steady. steady, winching in, steady, steady, left one.
Moving left. Clear.
Okay, clear, up 10. Okay, height good. They're clear of the boat. All under control.
Yes.
That's fine, your boat then, John.
My target. There was a nice clear period. You're now going to get a wave, a load of waves for the next 30
that's okay.
seconds.
We've got to get these guys off and the men in the pump on and that. No, you stay where you are. Hoist the pilot. Pilot, winch out.
Out.
Couple of good waves.
Stop winching. That's okay. Just stay with the boat, John. And hoist the crew.
Crew.
Okay. Happy to do that again, John?
Yeah.
I want that in writing.
I'm spinning feathers. It's all right.
Okay.
Right, winching in to get the pump over the side.
Okay.
Clear of the boats and putting the pump over the side. And winching out. Winching out. Just stay here until we're getting somewhere near.
Your word is my command, Master.
Right, one and forward. Right one only.
Got about
Steady.
15 seconds
Steady.
another way.
Steady, pump on board. Empty cable, slack cable, rather, left one. Okay, relax. Got to put a man in the strop now.
Big wave.
Okay. Lots of slack cable. Forward one and right.
Okay.
Winching in. Steady. Forward one. Forward one. Winching in. Steady. Winching in. Clear left. Come left. Okay. All under control. That's fine. Steady there.
I thought that was a bit of an emergency call.
It was.
What happened?
The boat rolled. We were just about the overhead. The boat rolled towards us, so he was going to get the rigging.
We have got another boat about
White knuckles.
150 feet and our 8 o'clock at the
At
moment.
the door. Bringing him into the cabin.
It's not affecting your clearances much.
Okay. Safely in the cabin. Oh, he's a big one.
I'm operating crosswind. It's quite difficult, to say the least.
You're sinking down about 30 feet now.
Moved him up.
Yeah. Visual with the area. I'm just holding the ship visual. Slug I'm off to one side.
Big wave, I think. Steady. No problem. Slack cable. One man in the strop. It is two. Steady. Right one and forward. Steady. Winching in. Clear left.
Clear.
They are clear of the deck. That's nice.
Visual. My
Your
target.
target. Winching in.
Right, what was the name of the boat? Towing. Can you remember?
Doesn't matter.
Starlight.
Starwood.
Rays, I think it is.
Starlight rays or something. Towing vessel, call them.
Okay. Approaching the door. At the door. Hoist the pilot. No.
Pilot.
Stand by.
Stand by, pilot.
Winch out.
Out.
Stop winching. Two crew.
Crew. Slug.
Big break.
Okay, that's him in. That's one of us. Okay, they're safely in the cabin.
Okay, they steady and sat down.
Now, what do we want now? Bob's play with the pump, I think. Just as we sit here a minute. We're still attached to the Highline, John. We just relax.
Visual. Comments.
Fine.
Can I book some decks training?
Will I get navigation out of this?
I've actually done one of these at night, would you believe? Not quite as bad as that. There's some real big waves coming through.
Right, do you want to retrieve the Highline in orbit, John?
How long is he going to be?
I don't know. John, Bob's going to get the pump going.
I daren't look down because the ship disappears and then comes rocketing up.
Oh, they're having trouble starting that pump now. We got it going first time in the hangar.
One of the worst sea states I've winched off a boat from, roughly speaking.
That's what we want to see, Bob. That's good. That's running now.
Why don't the crew put on life jackets if they're in trouble?
There's Bob and the two people you can probably see down there at the moment, Gramps. They're the last ones on the boat. The pump isn't working too well. He said they'll give it a last try. If it doesn't work, they'll intend to abandon it.
Abandon?
That's what he said. And then we've got 4 on board. There are 2 more. He said there were 7 altogether, I think.
Yeah, we've got
some contact.
Ooh, that was a good wave.
Yeah.
That pump's not pumping. Yeah, if you look at it, that deck is not much above the waterline, is it?
It it's all drifting back into the engine room. Fast is going lower all the time, I think, isn't it?
The number of times I've heard of these marine pumps stopping is just unbelievable. Oh, Prince.
137 mobile.
Go ahead.
Yes, over.
137 mobile. Would you like the remaining 2 crew members, the pump and myself, over?
Roger. Copy that, Paul.
Over.
I heard he wants picking up why?
Everything off it. Same again, Maestro.
Yeah. My enthusiasm knows no bounds, Captain.
Big wave there, Master.
Oh, don't give me that.
Olay. I must admit, I don't really fancy sitting behind that hawser tow with it going bananas like that.
Lowering the highline.
Okay, just wait, Paul, wait.
Okay.
Big wave coming now. How's
Okay.
the next one, Slug?
Okay, moving to your 1 o'clock. Forward 2 and right. Forward 1 and right. Steady. Got the wire, the rope rather. Okay, we'll clear the boat.
Okay, watch this, Gramps. It's not as good as it was before.
So the sea getting up.
Yeah,
Forward.
yeah.
And bring the winch when you are.
Ready. Winching checks are complete at the front.
Forward 2, winching out. And forward 1. Steady. Okay, forward 1 and left. Steady. Okay, Bob's getting the strops on board. Steady. Height is good. He has the strops. Steady. 1 man in a strop with slack cable. Forward 1. Steady. Second man in the strop. Steady. Ready for lift. Taking the slack. Winching in. Clear the deck. Clear left.
Flip.
My target.
Your target. That's fine. Steady there. Winching in. That's fine. Winching in.
Stand by on that swing.
Approaching the door. At the door. Hoist the pilot.
Pilot.
Get your feet down. Can't get hold of the strops. Okay, winch out.
Out.
Thanks, Paul. Stop winching. Clear
Stop.
through.
Crew.
That's it. Slipping the strops. Right, taking the strops off to save a bit of clutter on the hook.
Have we got everybody off?
No,
No,
just,
Bob
just a
pick up, Bob
Winchman.
pick up. That's understood.
There's another... I believe the sea state is getting worse, actually.
Yes, it is.
Just got Bob to come. That was interesting, Maestro. Okay, Bob has the hook. Steady, steady. On the hook, winching in. Back 1 and left. Clear the deck. Continue left.
Well
Your
done.
target.
My target. Well done, Prince.
Okay, the vessel is now clear of all our lines.
Yeah.
In fact, I'll wait to tell him until you're clear, because I think you may want to cut the hawsers since we've got everybody off.
Slowly forward.
Affirmative. Out the door. Safely in the cabin. Go above and behind. Up and away.
Let's get out of the way of that hawser. We
Rescue 137.
lost a lot, including
Sit rep.
you off the boat.
We have lifted the entire crew from Budding Rose, so we have 7 casualties, all uninjured, plus 6 crew, a total of 13 persons on
Where we
board.
are now.
2 hours, 1.5 endurance, and estimating feet ahead alongside for a refuel and to drop off the crew. Over.
Helicopter captain, you will say here, please, over.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Skipper Edward. Thank you very much, over.
Okay. You're right, Bob, apparently.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting to deck that, wasn't it?
I was going to be a bit ill down there, I thought at one stage, but...
Well, actually, you'll look.
Just drop it down.
What's it doing? Aye, down there. Oh, yes, down on the sea.
Aberdeen Coast Guard Rescue 137 on Channel 0.
What's the wind speed down there?
Yep.
Well, is it flat? 137 Aberdeen Coast Guard Rising. Can you say again your ETA alongside? Over.
137, we should be alongside on the hour with to drop off the 7 crew members. They're all dry, nobody injured, no problems. It's just they'll require transport away from alongside, that's all.
Is the skipper on here?
Yes, hello, the Skipper.
Hi. When did your trouble first start on the Budding Rose?
Started about 9 o'clock this morning.
Aye, what was that then?
Well, my brother, he went into the engine room, and the engine room was pretty full of water, you know.
Alright.
So we tried to pump her out, but the pumps wouldn't cope. They kept choking with the rubbish, you know. So we we tried everything to try and get her dry, and the water kept coming in.
Anyway, you're all safe and sound, that's the main thing.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that's right.
Because you're an expert, what were the heights of the waves there?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not... I know it was about a force 9 anyway. It was a force 9 gale.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There was a good lot of swell as well, you know.
Yeah, we were reckoning you were going up and down about 40 feet at some stages.
Yes, well,
40 or 50 feet.
yes. Just when we left, the water was up to the beds in the cabin, you know.
Was it?
Up to the top beds.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
So, and the cabin table was starting to float.
The second time when we came and took you off and the other chap, and then the winchman and the pump, we reckoned the sea state was worse then than it was when we were alongside all that time.
Yes, I would say
Seemed to be getting worse.
I would say it's getting worse all the time.
Yeah.
See, the problem's out there, it's pretty shallow water, and the swell will be getting up all the time. You know?
Well, thanks very much. You know, we don't often get the chance to talk to people like you, but it's all useful information and experience for us to get this sort of stuff out of you.
Yes, that's no problem at all.
Okay.
When did the sea start building up then? Last night, was it?
No, it just started building up. Even when we was going up with full steam and speed when we had to stop the engine. So it just maybe since 9 o'clock
This morning. Yeah.
it started.
Incredible.
Just.
Was it like yesterday, a mill pond, was it?
Yes, there was nothing wrong with the weather yesterday. No, but this has been forecast for a few days. So we've been away since last Monday. So we decided we'd go away ashore last night. So.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She might pull through, okay.
A 7-man crew of a Peterhead fishing boat have been rescued by helicopter after their vessel started to sink in stormy seas. The budding Rose started to take on water at 9:30 this morning, 100 miles east of Aberdeen, and winds of 60 miles per hour in the North Sea heightened concern for the crew's safety. A Sea King helicopter from RAF Lossiemouth was scrambled and airlifted the 7 fishermen after battling through the offshore gales. The crew, who are uninjured, have been flown to Longside near Peterhead. Meanwhile, the rest of Scotland has been buffeted by some of the strongest gales to have hit the country in July. Some gusts have reached more than 70 miles per hour. The highest was recorded at Lucas in Fife.
Lossie.
Hiya, it's Wolf Whitman from Edinburgh RCC. How do you feel about flying in this fog?
What's the job you've got for us?
We've had Pentland Coast Guard on the phone. A woman's given birth to a premature baby in the Orkneys. The baby is in an incubator, and the doctor has said that it's to be taken to Aberdeen RI. However, we've had a quick look at the weather, and it's awful to say the least. How do you feel about it?
I'd need to check the weather at each end, but I would think looking here it's probably feasible.
Well, I've got with some occasional rain.
Oh, that doesn't sound very startling, does it? Can you get me the actual position that we would need to get to?
We have that. It's to Kirkwall.
Actually, to Kirkwall itself?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm certainly prepared to give it a go. We can always go up there and take a look and see, and then say no if we have to.
Yeah. A bit more data for you. I believe that the woman is coming by lifeboat from Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll check that a wee bit later.
Right. Yeah, well, if you can get it to Kirkwall, we'll go up there. I think it'll be the best bet, and we'll get ourselves airborne and await your call on the radio.
Okay then.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bye.
Just the baby or baby and doctor?
I would think doctor as well. We'll find that on the HM. Okay.
Now has 1,200 metres visibility. Also, doctor and midwife will be travelling with the casualty. Do you copy?
Rescue 137, that's all copied. Listening out.
Okay, we're going for the runway itself.
Okay.
The weather's quite a bit better now.
Who's that?
Thank you.
137, clear takeoff, service wind 3005.
Take off, please. We've got clearance to take off. Above behind, please.
Right over on behind.
Rolling takeoff. We're fairly close to Orkney now, then, are we?
Yes, we are. Come right into wind.
Is that road feasible to follow, given if we find it?
The main road, the highest ground on that main road is about 50 metres.
Yep.
I think possibly better if you got that inlet. You see what I mean, Dave? You cross that strip of land.
Yep.
And then head up the little inlet, the inland sea there.
Yes.
And then there's a yellow road that leads across to the airfield, which is quite short.
The road that's out to the east of the airport.
Yeah. Not that.
Yeah.
That's a lot lower than the main road.
It's also shorter. Yeah, we'll go for that one. About half a mile past this headland, just left on the nose stave. Yep. On heading about 015 is the narrow part of the land with the road. Yeah, I've got the next headland, so I'm going to cross. You want me to cross over to that next one, do you?
No, this is the beach.
This is the beach. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Now, the only question is whether they're going to close as we get further over, or are we going to be better to follow the road that we know
you can see the other side here.
Yeah.
That's the other bay coming in on the
Oh, yes. There's an island in the bay. Yes, that's the other end of it. You can see that.
Yeah.
There's no reason why they shouldn't put her in an ambulance and bring her here, is there?
No reason at all.
We're quite safe here. I'll put you on this track, Bob, and then bring the ambulance. I think that's a sensible way of doing it, rather than pushing our luck. I'm going for this field to beam the white car.
Okay, stick it in the field. I'll go to that car and I'll get straight to the airport.
2 green, spin in your brake car.
Which is the better gauge? This one?
This one's fine, yeah.
Headland Rescue 137. We can't actually get to the airport. We're going to land about a half a mile down the road in a field. Over.
Rescue 137, you're about half a mile away, is that correct?
Affirmative. Our Winchman is leaving the aircraft to go to the airport to collect the baby and bring them to us. Over.
Rescue 137, I read. You have landed in a field. Our mobile Land Rover is on his way out.
He's jumped in a vehicle, Pat.
He's gone anyway.
Our Winchman is already in a vehicle on his way. And we'll be just ground running, waiting for him to return.
Airport, please. Something help me? There's just a kiddie in an incubator. Got to go down to Aberdeen.
You've lost your road, like.
Aye?
Can't get one for 4.
Well, it's a bit, as you can see, cloudy.
Yeah.
There's the ambulance. Straight, we should be straight out there.
Whether we can actually do it here or whether we might just have to take him back to the hospital and do it where we've got a bit more facilities.
Really?
The other advantage of taking him back to the hospital is one of the anaesthetists might be around, just Dr. Walker.
Are you going to follow me back, mate?
what I think. I'm not very sure what's happening with it.
Yeah, the hand, we're keeping them going adequately like this, aren't we?
See now what's going to happen.
Let's go, actually.
What does this run on? Does it run on internal batteries?
Pardon?
Does it run on internal batteries, yeah? Because the last one they carried ran out of juice.
Well, we'll just have to take that chance.
Yeah. Do you have a mains backup? You know, I've got 28 volts on the aeroplane.
I just have to have it. I think it should be okay.
Okay, well I'll come up in the ambulance with you. We've got a guy here who's going to show us the way. We're stuck in the field a mile down the road.
All right.
Okay, and we'll get down there and we'll get you away.
All right.
There's our Winchman. And the ambulance. And the mobile. Just coming in at 4 o'clock.
Clearing.
Okay.
So what have we up left? Do we have the baby? Have we got mum?
No.
So we just baby, doctor and nurse.
Yep.
Do you want to get started? We're happy now, I think. Yeah. Okay.
One thing I will want to know at some stage as well, is there any height restriction? I wouldn't have thought so. Actually, I thought though, the baby's ears. Well, the baby's normally crying aircraft and that clears their ears, but will the little one be doing that?
Oh, that's awesome.
Be worth checking, because if that is the case, then we'll stay at 200 feet the whole way, and rather than risk the eardrums. Okay.
No problem, he says.
Okay.
Well, look, pin is still stowed. My window's indented while locked open.
So's mine. Pat, check the front door.
Yep.
Coming off with 80-101, 50 feet, all looking good. No flags, captions, anti-ice parking brake.
Moving left a little bit, we're blowing his car quite a bit on the suspension. Tail right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello, Rescue 137. We're airborne out of Orkney. We are 9 POB, including the baby. Our ETA, Aberdeen 1340 Zulu. Over.
Rescue 137, Rescue Roger, looking out.
You reckon to this? That should dampen a bit. I'll see if I can do the front as well. If not, I've got some Roehampton burns, so I think it's in the first aid kit I can use.
Like another small
Lots
gap.
of vibration increases the risk of a hemorrhage in the brain.
Is the vibration any better now?
That's a lot better.
Yeah.
I brought the speed back a bit as well to try and keep the vibration down, Bob.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll look at my first aid kit.
It's right down to 24 at the moment still. It needs puffing again. Can we have the oxygen on, please, and the bag across? The heart rate drops below 100. Baby's at risk of getting not enough oxygen. Right. Made him cry.
What's the history then, Doc? Was it a premature baby?
Oh yes. 4 months.
Really?
28 weeks.
Still quite big though, isn't it?
I doubt if it's more than 2 pounds. 2-3 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm waiting, obviously.
Should I put the speed up and risk the vibration, or keep the vibration down and go?
Well, I've got as much rubber padding and stuff underneath the wheels as I can. If you want to try it.
Well, you'd like me to go as quick as I can?
It would
within
certainly help, because this baby isn't very well at all.
Okay.
Edinburgh Rescue, Rescue 137. The baby's condition is deteriorating and we are increasing speed to maximum. We estimate now at the hospital at time 1320 Zulu. How long to go? I'd say 14 minutes. 14?
Okay. 40.
40.
To the hospital, the weather is better now.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit further.
Have got that dextrose, have they?
What is it?
How long is it now?
Should be about 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
It's worth doing.
I'll find that exactly if I need it. Time to go? 12 minutes. 12 minutes.
Cardiac arrest. Can we have some cardiac massage, please? Come out here.
We start?
Yeah. Oops. Bag's gone bang. I've got the other bag. 10 past that happened.
I can resuscitate it underneath you. Yep.
Chest moving. Have we still got that bicarbonate somewhere? The dextrose. We've got to draw 5 mils of each into that. Probably easier if you do that. About 120.
Okay.
2 to the second. Faster than that. Faster.
Okay.
We're winning again.
Still a tightening of the chest. We're in a mayday situation, this baby is
yes, okay.
Right, I need you out here. Yep, go ahead, what do you want? I want the sausage and Maltese, please, rapid.
Aberdeen Tower.
Okay, put one.
Vince, come on.
What's your last stop?
Okay, I've got another. Black plastic bit's gone somewhere. Stop for a moment and see what happens. Carry on.
Okay.
I think we're winning again. I think we just have to go regardless line now. Monitor's gone. The monitor's gone. I don't know what his heart rate is. I think it's safest just to continue. It's been low all the way. Should be in a few minutes if we continue with cardiac massage. I think we have to forget any drugs. Quite.
The battery just failed. Can you hear it? I can hear you. Yeah. You want this? Yeah.
Keep going. We've only got a few more minutes to go. Can you feel his heartbeat at all?
Yeah.
You can. Can you count the rate?
I don't think so.
Too much vibration.
Slow and stable.
Slower than 60. Yeah.
I think so.
Carry on then.
All right.
Is there any way of warning the hospital?
Yeah? Oh, yeah. What do you want?
Tell them cardiac arrest 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
We're working on him.
So you went through to the hospital, inform them cardiac arrest 5 minutes ago.
This is mid-direct airfield.
Okay, we desperately need a battery for this incubator. Okay, well, so keep that through to the ambulance. Okay, Edinburgh Rescue, Rescue 137. The baby's condition is critical. We had a cardiac arrest 5 minutes ago. We will require a battery for the incubator at the hospital landing site as soon as possible. We'll be there in 3 minutes. Over.
Okay, the message is passed to the ambulance.
Okay.
That'll be for immediately on arrival. I will not be stopping the routers.
Okay. Plenty of height on the street. Tail is okay. Tail to the door, you're clear below. Yeah, you're clear straight below. Down 2, down 1, tail, main. Tail clear. You closing down first?
No, you get sorted out.
Okay, I'm going straight out. Okay. Can we go to all?
Yes, intercom to all.
Okay, Doc, we're back with you now.
Are there any doctors coming to meet us?
Yeah, we've got one here. I think this is the doctor here. Okay, you're the doctor. You're the doctor, yes? Okay, you want the incubator?
Heart rate went down to about 40 10 minutes ago. We've got another incubator in the ambulance with the team, so just let's have this one out.
Okay.
Just let the baby out.
Just have the baby. Throw away all this rubbish. Here it comes. The whole baby's going. Okay, they're running away.
What's that bloody tail, Rosa? I'd like to get the head stopped out. There's too many people near the tail. Bravo's fine, on to one side.
Okay, you've got an empty aircraft now.
Yeah, I'd like to get the head stopped. There's too many people near the tail.
Okay. I was just telling everybody.
Do you remember the first occasion when Sam arrived? Mm-hmm. And the feelings you had when you first walked into the nursery and you saw him?
Oh yeah, when I first walked in and saw him, I didn't know what to think when I first walked in. He was so small and all the wires coming and the tubes and that, it was a bit frightening.
For the first few days, I was quite concerned about him. He was a real fighter. And he's done very, very well. He's 6 months old now. Did you think it would take this long before you had him home?
I think a lot of people said to me that it'd maybe be 10 or 12 weeks. But
I mean, it was August.
I had an idea that it'd be a long time, it'd be in a while before I did get him home.
More like his dad, would you say?
Definitely.
Yeah.
He's a spitting image of his dad. Everything about him is just the same.
There are lots of people desperate to see him when you go home.
An awful lot of people, yeah. Most of the island, I think, will pop in to see him.
Right.
See how he's doing.
Yeah. Not too many visitors at once, though.
No, hopefully not, no. Oh, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks a lot.
There's a change.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, super. He's going home tomorrow.
Yep.
But you're looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah.
Well and truly. Are you going to smile? No, you're going to cry, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to be part of it.
All these people staring at you. Yeah, quite often you don't get the feedback to know how people are getting on. But, certainly we thought he'd died on a helicopter, so we're very pleased to find that he's fighting.
Did they rescue you? You did. They brought you down in a big helicopter. Big yellow one.
Must be what, half that size? You brought him?
Oh, maybe even a third. Yeah.
What weight is he now?
Yeah. I'd have to tell in kilos. 4.8 kilos.
Double it, what's that mean?
Double it, 10 and 11, isn't it? Oh, look at this. Oh, what's that? Hey, it plays a tune as well.
Bring it in front of him.
Look at his arms. His little arms and he's got his hands. Is that nice?
Lovely. Good for you.
That's great. Now, thanks a lot.
Okay.
There, put that on your car.
Bob, that's Bob.
There you are.
Oh. I'm not going to hold the baby.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I think
I've been known to drop these things
so.
10 miles.
What size functional are you?
Sorry? Oh, I'm a left-handed baby holder. Well, people are going to laugh when they see the sunshine. Yes, oh, he's not going to like that. He's not going to like that. This Sam, isn't it? Sam for Samuel.
Come closer, and then all cuddle in. Could you go down to the behind just a little keep your chins up, everybody. Good. And all smiling at the back there. Good gentlemen. Not finished yet. Keep your chins up, everybody. Cuddling and as tight as possible. Thank you. Well done. All smiling, including Sam. Hold on to his pinky books. Yes, good, thank you. Show Sam more towards That's it, thank you. Could you lift Sam up ever so slightly? Good. And sit down. Yes. And show Sam to me. You're brilliant. Yes.
And the rescuers are back in action next Sunday at the same time, 6:05.
Firth News, Jackie O'Brien reporting. Weathermen have recorded record temperature in the Highland of Scotland over the Christmas and New Year period. They say it was the warmest December this century, and on New Year's Day, Lossiemouth held higher temperatures than the Mediterranean. Skiers in the north are cursing the good weather, and the forecast for January doesn't look being much better. Met Office spokesman Ian Davey says the snow the skiers are looking for could still be some way off. The heaviest snowfalls of winter have arrived in the Highlands. Police say there's a substantial amount across the Murrayfirth area, and they're advising the public to take extra care, especially in the high mountain areas. An RAF Sea King helicopter is battling through heavy snow to get to an injured climber in Glenshee. The climber, thought to be a woman, was hurt in a fall. The helicopter crew is expected to arrive on the scene shortly.
Rescue 137, go ahead.
This is Edinburgh Rescue. The on-scene weather, visibility 50 yards, driving snow, strong southwest winds.
We'll pick up the road that goes to the southwest. They say 50 yards in driving snow?
Yes, it is.
Do they not know that we cannot fly 50 yards driving snow? Come just to the west side of Balmoral. I'm not too worried if it goes monster Balmoral. If the weather necessitates it, I'm sure the Queen won't mind. She's not there.
Yeah, we did take the mum to hospital, didn't we?
We did. Right, looking ahead, it's not too brill. Might have to go left again.
Edinburgh Rescue 137, on scene this time.
137, same rescue, roger that.
Can't see anybody there.
No, it's obvious, is there?
The rest there, 1 o'clock low, behind the ski lift. Roger, you are first forward.
I don't think we're about to land on because there's certainly a rock in my landing line.
Yeah, it's maybe not.
Just watching the white out now.
You're okay, I'm bigger with the pylons.
Yeah, if we go to the right, we could land on here?
No. I honestly don't think you're going to land on the jump.
Just keep an eye out behind us for the weather closing.
Yeah, will do. Winching up. Steady. Steady. 10 feet to the ground. 5. Safety on the ground. Clear the hook. Winching again. Recovering empty hook.
Just going up and back a little bit.
Take a maneuver.
Clear it up and back to the left.
Empty hook is down. Your tail is clear on the right.
It's clear on the left.
We'd met an RT guys from the road up.
So three came down.
They said you'd spoken to them on the way down, but your mates got there alright.
The people we saw went right down the valley.
They're probably going to doing it just above the Sean Spill. They can get doing that.
Yeah, they were going to report it as well.
Okay. Oh, it's really hurting. Did you move it up? Did you move the back one up? Oh, yeah. Move the back one down a bit.
How's that? Right. Just hold it there. Right, just keep sucking away on that. You okay? We'll get everybody else into the aircraft. I'll go and have a chat with them first. 137, it's 137 mobile, over.
It's 137, go ahead.
Probably a fractured elbow of the right upper arm. Over.
Rescue 137, copy. Steady. 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 5 meter cable, approaching the door, at the door.
Bring up a little bit.
Okay, they're safely on board.
Okay, right, we're clear. Climbing up and to the left.
I'll get the wheels in motion for landing at Aberdeen Royal Infirmary eventually.
Okay. Okay, right.
The Aberdeen RI landing site has been approved.
The Rescue 137, that's understood.
Right, you're clear to disembark.
Yeah.
Your sponsor Spencer's coming into the development in Elgin.
Why, looking for a job?
Where did that question come from? I was just thinking about Aberdeen, shopping in Aberdeen, huh?
Two Ops Lossiemouth.
Hello, it's Edinburgh with a job for you.
Oh, a job. Lovely.
Well, in the snow anyway.
In the snow?
Yeah, it's on Snector.
Right. Where is it?
Corrie Snector. It's one injured climber with head injuries. And by the time they get there should be some MRT guys with the casualty. If you get him on his way as quick as you can, please.
Okay, right. He'll be on his way.
Cheers.
Bye now.
Glenmore Bay standing by. You're right.
Not a great deal.
No?
It's all a tiny bit sketchy. And the reports of the laddie, I think the laddie is approximately in here.
Yeah.
Where did he fall off the tickle?
Yeah, he was making his way up here, you know, to come back up here, and he slipped and he's down in the rocks there now. He's got head injuries, but we don't know how severe or anything else. The boys that gave me the grid reference via radio were a bit sketchy. We weren't quite sure whether we got them the right way round. But the boy could be anywhere between here and Jacob's ladder. Yeah. I have a feeling what they were trying to do was to climb up this broken ground, okay, up onto the ridge here. You know that area. You can normally ski down there, so it's not that steep, but it's quite icy because it's been blown. And he's down in the rocks, I would say approximately here. What they will try and do is to get him down to lose some height so you guys can pick him up. But I'm trying to get an assessment of how seriously injured he is.
What's the weather like up there, Holmes?
Well, it's blowing around about 40 knots, you know, in the showers.
Because the cloud base is not...
Yeah, the cloud base is coming up and down. It's sort of been on and off this afternoon. So I would think that, well, very shortly. But the wind's around about 45, I would think. Higher up you go into the corrie, obviously the worst bit will be swirling a little bit, but apart from that...
The transport is trying to make its way in, and it's got a party on its way in by foot. What's suggested to Andy, depending on what you say, might be an idea for us to go and have a look, see what the weather conditions are like along that way, and maybe see if we can get close enough in. You got it.
Level base 137, go ahead.
137, regarding the position of the casualty, I understand that one of my stations has sighted the casualty, believed to be at the foot of, between the mess of pottage and Jacob's ladder. Are you familiar with that location, over?
Yes. Level 137, affirmative. Can you check to your station who's actually making his way there, thinks he's seen the casualty, and see if it's snowing and what the visibility is like, as a quick guesstimate?
Roger 137, I'll let you know that information in the next few minutes. And then we'll be standing by.
Okay, lifting.
Okay, clear on the line.
Stand by, can we just adjust the seat now? Sure.
And the ice is on, we can always knock that off, Sluggy. There seems to be a bit of confusion going around.
That's probably car park well clear.
Yeah.
So,
I think you will find ourselves in whiteout out there.
Don't forget they've got a snowcat, haven't they?
Yes.
In case they've
on
forgotten
team,
it.
yeah.
What sort of stretcher have they got him in? You ask?
no, we didn't. It doesn't really matter much. They'll be lifted by us, whatever it is.
Yeah, okay, mate.
Keep a good lookout behind us because it is closing in from the three.
It's so unpredictable. That's a lot. Honestly, I think it's going to be very difficult to get down to the bottom and then get out again.
Yeah, I would.
Over this ridge here.
Just track along the line of the ridge, Tom.
Along the line of the ridge.
Not going to do that, Joe. I'm going in a little bit further. What I'm going to do then is just check my escape route, okay? It's actually closing in. It's closing in as we watch. It's getting steadily worse. But that's, the thing is, it's not actually snow here. This is clouds that's coming down.
He turned a bit with snow as well.
It's not,
I suppose he turned out winning snow. At least I was on my side.
Visual with them. I'll fly over them and use my escape route. Turning right.
Level Richie, 137, we see the casualty, assessing the situation, but wait out.
We'd like him walked out of there. We've got no way of getting out from that position in this wind.
basically we'll probably be okay. Well, that's the main thing.
Okay, let's just move back out of the way.
Derby turning out right before I get too far in there.
Got a peace pressure at 11 o'clock at the moment, which...
Oh, right, 200 feet above.
Rescue 137, the casualty is believed to have a fractured base of skull. Over.
Glenmore Ritchie, Rescue 137. Apologies, due wind strength, we are unable to reach you. You will have to walk out further. Over.
Understand that the wind speed is too severe for you to come in here, and we will have to carry the casualties further out of the quarry. Over.
Glenmore Ritchie, Rescue Helicopter 137, that is correct.
And it's going. You leave the handles on till he's on, and then take the handles off. Come on in.
We'll go that side and straight on now. Just a minute, wait, hold on. Ready, 2-6, we have to go on this side, please. Okay, fine. I'll feed him on feet first this side.
Some bread our side. Bread our side, man. Back this way.
And a Glenmore rescue radio on the castle here. Okay, well I'll run up alongside, but if you can go as well, I'll show you at the top knobs, because what the captain said, he will try again if it clears, he'll try just down there where he was hovering. Okay. But I think we should just get over now, because it's just coming and going. If you can get over, then you should.
That should be okay. Should be alright, will be alright.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Less time than you've been already. Okay? Main thing's you, okay? So if you have any problems breathing or anything like that, then I'll just be here.
Yeah, okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Right, so we're not leaving you, I'm going to be here all the time.
You right, Willie?
Take your blood pressure. And what happened to you, Barry?
Oh, unfortunate set of circumstances, really. Combination of a poor position, dangerous position, severe winds and whiteout, and a silly little thing at the end, really. My son took his gloves off to get some tissue or something, and the wind just gusted them away, and his hands became very cold very quickly, and I gave him mine, and of course very soon I had no grip left in my own fingers, and I very soon had no grip on anything, and went crashing down.
Did you fall far?
Well, I was conscious of quite a long fall originally, but I blacked out when I eventually bottomed. But the lads reckoned I fell over 200 feet. I was conscious of crashing into 3 lots of rocks on the way down, but must have blacked out on the next collision. Remarkable in all strange circumstances is the speed with which people appear. I've noticed this elsewhere in the world, but no matter what the disaster, you always seem to find people emerge from apparently nowhere. And it seems quite a lot of people emerged on this occasion, and all seemed to be part of a well-oiled team. They got me out anyway, for which I'm very grateful.
Weight coming on. Clear the ground, steady. Tips wheel clear, steady. At the door. Okay, hoist the pilot. At the door.
The pilot.
Winch out.
The winchman is the guy that goes on the end of the wire and recovers or assess the casualty. The casualty, of course, may be injured or they may be suffering from shock, so we have to have a fairly good working knowledge of first aid and be able to administer that first aid at the location.
Push the crew.
To crew you have.
Okay.
Severe head injuries. It may need transfer eventually.
Okay, well...
Winch operator and myself were both highly trained in first aid.
You managed to land, Bill.
Roger, thank you.
Apart from that, we do have oxygen, pain-filling drugs on board the aircraft to ensure that the casualty arrives at the hospital in, if not a stable condition, in a better condition than when we first arrived at the scene of the incident.
That's us. Great.
Once we've arrived at the hospital, we'd very much like to go in with the casualty and give a very good handover check so that the doctor is aware of what was happening either en route or indeed before we arrived on the incident.
Severe head injuries to the back and the front. No leg injuries, just a brain.
Right.
That's the head I'm concerned about.
Aye. You'd have a straight lift.
Straight lift? Okay, fine. All ready? Together. Lift.
Oh, coming straight. Oh, keep it straight. Down.
Correct. You don't actually like it fly. Is someone phoned for the X-ray?
Yes.
Oh, that's it. The helicopter.
Sorry?
You don't need the helicopter anymore? No. You don't? Okay, fine. We'll take off out of the way. Thanks very much, Tom.
Depends what the weather's like. Is my job dangerous? Insurance companies think so. It certainly has its moments where the adrenaline is running, and that's what life is all about, to be interesting. When I leave home with a positive thinking. Anybody that does this sort of work, whether it's a policeman or a fireman, ambulance drivers, you will find that they are all positive thinking. There is no room for negative thinkers in the emergency services. So I'm always coming home. You got the key?
I think Bill has got a dangerous job. You know, it does frighten you at times, but you've got to tell yourself, you know, put your mind onto something else and say everything's going to be all right.
I'll see you tonight and see you tomorrow.
Sometimes I do wish he had a steadier, safer job, you know, but I mean, he likes his job. He loves his job.
Love you too.
And
Phone you tonight, love, okay?
I suppose I've just got to swing along with it.
Righto, darling.
Thank you.
Where are they?
On the inside face of school.
Round the corrie.
4/5 of the way up.
4/5 of the way.
The two girls are above wearing very obvious blue.
Yes.
Immediately below them is the boy, and he's got a silver heat.
Okay, are they roped?
No. The two girls can't stand up. The ledge is too slippy. Donald can't sit down. He's standing on a ledge.
Okay, fine.
They've been there since about 1:30. They tried to come down and it was just...
Okay, we'll see what we can do and bring it back to you. Okay?
Right, thank you.
Okay, just holding the power there. And we'll just run up the gully until we see them, alright?
Okay, fine.
Okay, it doesn't appear to be below us. Power is good, going up.
Two are wearing blue and one has got a silver hat on. Level, 1 o'clock. In the first gully, just the other side of it.
Oh, visual with them, yeah.
The white one below.
Tally, I've got them, yeah. Right, let's just gently see if we can actually come in there with them on the right side on, alright? Yes.
So you see there's a couple of big horizontal slabs just above the rotor height, Harry. We put ourselves up so we're above those.
Yes.
The fuselage level with those. We should get in there with about 100 feet of cable, I'm guessing. Okay?
Okay, well, we can try that then. We've just got to watch it not blow them off, that's the other thing.
Yeah. Okay, Harry, that's about a good height there.
So we'll be able to check the overhead when we're actually there before we wait.
I suggest we move into the overhead. If we get there with a couple of units right to spare, which we'll need because of the downwash blowing him out, then we just winch straight in.
Any engine failure, it'll be prolonged in controls, clawing us away, plucking Bill off, okay?
I will not cut the cable.
Okay, are you ready to run?
Yes, okay, right 30. Winching out. Okay, Bill is on his way. Height is good. Right 1. Tail clear. Bill is working round to the survivor.
Keep talking.
Okay, right 1 and forward. Correction, forward 1 and right. Steady. 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 I'm watching the tail on the rotor like a hawk at the moment, Harry.
Is that right?
Okay. Okay, Bill is climbing into him. Height is good. Rotor just clear. Okay, Bill is just about with him. Got a footing. Okay, that's Bill's weight off the hook now. Sorry, off the winch. He's on the hook still. Placing the strop. Okay, we're now in a position to fly away if we have to. We haven't secured the a bad one. Steady, steady. Okay, ready to lift. Left one and forward. We're going to pull them off. Forward one and left. Okay, continue out to the left now. Move left. Got them clear. Nice, winching in. Continue about another 5. Shit, that rotor was tight. And I'm winching in about 100 feet of cable.
Yeah, I'm just going to get so I can see the other two somewhere.
Yeah, okay. If you want to come back now, we've got the clearance.
Oh, nice one. Well done. There we go.
If you're shitting yourself, so you should be.
Steady there.
It doesn't look very happy, does it? Okay, that's fine. 5 feet of cable. Approaching the door. Approaching the door.
They look totally out of sorts there.
At the door. Safely in the cabin. Okay, you relax, Harry.
That's
Get this bugger into the seat.
Right, we go off the front, get a blanket out for him, stick it on him.
He's cold, is he?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Winching out. Right, 6 only. Tail clear, height good. Right 5. Right 4. Reduce your speed. Tail is clear, rotor's clear. Right 2 only. Watching the tail. Your heading is slightly different this time, Harry. Your tail's a little bit closer.
Well, I can swing it if you want.
Can you bring your tail to the left, away from the cliff?
Okay, to the left then. Here we go. Tell me when you're happy.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Forward 1 and right 1. Tail is clear, height is good.
85%.
Right 1 only. Tail clear, rotor clear. Right 1. Shit, that rotor's close. Steady. Steady. He's with the casualty. Steady. Steady. Bill is hanging on by his fingernails. Secure. We are now going to pull them off and fly away. Okay, clear to move left. And winching in. We've got them. Clear to move left. And winching in. Whew.
Why did we go up another 20?
It's not helping an awful lot, Bill.
You'll see in a minute. There's just a flat ledge and then it starts to get steep again. Yeah. Okay, I'll hold it there then, Paul.
Okay. Approaching the door. At the door.
We often find that people go beyond their own experience or their own limits. People that try to climb something that they are not qualified to attempt or are ill-prepared for or do not have the proper equipment. Whether that's silly or not, I don't know.
Bill is just cliff walking now. Rotor's clear, tail is good. Right 2. Rotor is clear. Right 1. Watching the rotor. Right 1 and forward. Rotor clear. Tail is clear.
You're starting to recirculate a wee bit.
Steady. 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 Bill is there. Just fingernails. Rotor's clear. Steady. Steady. Placing the strop. Steady. Steady. Strop is on. Forward 1. I'm ready for lift. Okay, clear to move left. Pulling them off. Coming out left. That's it. Keep coming. Got them. Whew. Okay, winching in, Harry. You do whatever you like. Just sort of sit where you're happy.
People have now become more aware of the dangers in the mountains. They do tell people where they're going, what they're doing, when to be expected back. But there is always room for improvement. There will always be accidents. People will always go out at the wrong time. That their own lives are at stake when they take on these hazardous activities.
At the door. Safely in the cabin. Okay, clear to move gently away, the door open.
Okay, we'll leave it there, the rucksack, will we?
Yeah, to right.
Okay. Moving gently forward then.
Okay.
Tell me when you're happy.
Yeah, just go shut the door.
Alright, what do they like? Do they need dropping into Land Rover?
No, they want somewhere warm at least. Check with Bill, but I would suggest...
I'm quite happy to take him down to the Land Rover.
You reckon that lad's alright, is he? Is he not?
Yeah, he's okay.
He's shock, not hypothermia.
I think there should definitely be a law that these people should have to pay some kind of compensation, which they do in some other countries. And I think that might stop quite a lot of the, what I call idiots climbing. People like the silly walkers that think that everything should be, the more or less go up the hills and they say, oh well, I'll get rescued, But they shouldn't do that in the first place.
Right, the Met situation. There's an occlusion that's gone through which caused the rain last night.
We have a 24-hour system of standbys that is initially from 1 o'clock in the afternoon through to 1 o'clock the following day. At 10 to 1, the off-going shift and the on-going shift hand over both the aircraft and bring up to date any information that we may require.
Checks are done on the first standby.
As the oncoming winchman, for the moment we take over the shift, I'm expecting a scramble. At Lossie, you never know whether it's going to be mountains or sea. Most winchmen prefer mountain jobs. I think it's because boats move, mountains don't.
Hi, Loss. This is Rescue Helicopter 138. The job is actually 125 miles out to sea, and it is a fisherman with an amputated foot. Over.
2 hours ago, minimum, since the amputation. Add to that the fact it's going to take us another hour and a bit to get there. We're talking maybe 3.5 hours by the time we get to it, right? We've also got a 2-hour transit back, as if we go to Glasgow, we may go to Belfast, but Glasgow's the option at the moment. Take that situation of that factor, plus the trauma of the helicopter, we've got quite a serious health condition, if only from the blood loss. My consideration from previous experience of this sort of thing is I've lost more than I've saved.
Hello, Rescue 138. Please assist that it is very serious. The man's life could be in danger, and request that you look at all possibilities, also using Belfast Hospital. Over. 16 Boat St. Anne. This is Rescue Helicopter 138. Rescue Helicopter 138 on Channel 16. Over.
This is St. Anne. Go ahead.
St. Anne from 138. Could you tell me if the amputation is a complete amputation? Is the foot quite separate? Also, was it a clean cut? Over.
All right. It's not separate. It's still on. It's still on. Don't think there's much holding it anyway. Skin might be holding it all. It's still on anyway.
138, Roger. There's a bloody great blood stain underneath that stretcher. This is very serious.
Roger.
Roger. I think one on his head, one on his head. Oh, bloody hell, what are they doing?
Looking down on them, on the right-hand side, rocking away. Target's right, 1 o'clock.
And the height is good. Just coming to winch out. Winch up. There we go. Don't let them get to height before we move in too close. They're just fairly close in. You don't let them get themselves sorted. Steady, your height is good.
Just trying to average that
height is good. Roger. He's at the correct height. To the deck. Forward 5.
No hurry.
They're pulling it a little bit hard.
The major problem getting aboard the boat is timing the arrival of the winchman to coincide with a lull in the boat's movement.
Forward 3, your height is good. They're making it swing slightly. Forward 2.
I'm always worried about swinging into the mast or rigging and getting injured. Most injuries to winchmen happen whilst trying to board a boat.
Forward 1.
Nice and steady.
Steady. Back 1. Winchman is on the deck.
Well done.
Steady there. Well, just take the
I never feel upset when confronted by an injury. Sometimes I get upset when I lose someone after we've got to them.
Okay, let's move in and pick them up. That sounds good. That's forward 4, yeah. Height is good. Didn't touch the thing yet.
My target. Sorry about the little swing.
They're clear of the boat. And we've got 10-footed cable now. Just coming to the door. Very nice indeed.
Stand by on the swing. Yep.
Okay, up the door. Hoist master, 2 pilots.
Pilot.
Winch out.
Out. My target, anyway.
Okay, Doc, he's all yours.
Yeah, I'm just leaving you the injection now. You just feel a jagging in your leg coming up shortly. Okay? This will help the pain. That's the morphine given. Check the time of that. Thanks.
Yep.
Next, I'll have a look at this leg.
Rescue 138. We have the casualty on board. The doctor is looking at him now. We are en route to Belfast. ETA is 1900 Zulu.
We've got to have a drip in him because I can't use these trousers without the drip.
Right, it's not going to be easy to find a vein. Don't really want to have to use the antecubital fossa, but we might need to.
Well, let's try a little bit further up the arm.
Yeah. Everything's ready, the drip's run through.
Right.
That looks a bit more possible.
Yeah, I think we've got one here. Should we go with that? Right.
Right.
Okay, I'll hold it. You insert. That's great. Oh, we're in. That's magic. Right, do you want to connect up?
That's it's running now.
Bloody hell, they put his whole leg in ice. Oh, Jesus. Not sure if that's a good idea.
That was a broad bag of ice being sent up, wasn't it?
I don't want to disturb the foot because there's still something there. There's a little bit of facility there, and I think if we can keep it packed and keep the foot fairly close, we can maybe save it. As far as I'm aware, these have only ever been used up for training, up to 40 psi. Now, what we'll do is we'll take them up to 40 to start with, and then if we're going to need to go any more, we'll start with the legs and do the legs together.
Well, I'll just keep an eye on his pulse all the time.
Yeah. Starting to inflate the legs.
Fine. Pulse is steady.
Good.
No
legs up to 30.
Okay, another thing is that this guy is looking a little bit dicky at the moment. His eyes are rolling. He's on the drugs, he's on the mask trousers.
Okay, man.
So, as straight a line as possible.
He's not responding properly. We'll take them up the whole way to 100, okay? We'll start with the legs.
Okay then, I'll keep an eye on his pulse.
That's right.
Right.
Once we've got it there, the problem then comes because of pressurization with the aircraft movement. So we're going to have to monitor continually. So coffee's going to be off for the next hour or so.
It's easier to get him out this way.
Yeah, okay.
And you can get rid of all that excess fluid. Right, just bring him to the edge.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on till I get out.
Thanks, matey.
By his prompt and decisive action, Sergeant Barton undoubtedly saved the life of a casualty whose condition was rapidly deteriorating, and also enabled doctors to save the severed foot. Mr. Barton is awarded the commendation of the Air Officer Commanding No. 18 Group. Sergeant Barton.
I can't call you Mr. if you don't mind. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you, sir.
And thank you very, very much indeed for all you've done for us. I hope you'll still find a spot on the wall for that somewhere. Very, very nice to see you again and to be able to say thank you to you. Very well done.
Dr. Buchanan was on that duty.
Oh, yes. I didn't realise that. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Very good. How very nice to see you.
It's very nice to be here. It's very nice to be asked to come along to the presentation.
What was the outcome?
Satisfactory, I believe.
Right.
We've had a bit of difficulty following the patient up, but
Yes.
this is in process at the moment. We're
Yes.
trying to get more information. But my last contacts with the hospital, quite a few weeks after the incident, all indicated that he was making excellent progress.
Yes.
He didn't lose the foot, and they were very hopeful of a good outcome.
Yes.
So we're still trying to follow this up further, so it's going to be interesting to find out.
Yes.
There's tremendous satisfaction in the job, particularly when you've done a really worthwhile rescue. We do the best we can all the time. Saving somebody's life is really what makes the job worthwhile. I mean, that is it really, isn't it? I mean, that is the ultimate.
We know that accidents do happen, and nobody will ever stop that. Our theory is that if those accidents have got to happen, then let them happen in our patch, because after all, that's what we're here for. It's what we do best.
Rescue is back next Sunday at the same time, 6:05.
735, KNH1006.
Over ground, good morning. 75 Alpha requesting start to the Murchison on the 032.
5 Alpha, good morning. Start approved. It'll be a Scotstoun IFR, the squawk 0233. We've just had a message to say you're going via Sunbury.
Scotstoun 0233 and affirmative via Sunbury, 75 Alpha. Ground 67 Bravo, taxis with Charlie.
Clear takeoff, right turn out, surface with car. Bye-bye.
Ta-ta, 53 Bravo, cheerio.
Lossie. Lossie, an S61 out at the Claymore field. He's declared Mayday with transmission problems. He's only 3 miles off the rig, so there's no point in you going yet. But just get ready to go in case he doesn't make it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, standing by.
Yes.
Cheers. Lossie.
Scramble with you, that S61's ditched in the vicinity of the Claymore field.
Roger, on the way.
Okay, cheers.
Rescue 137, airborne Lossie 0905, 6 on board, 3 hours endurance, en route to Claymore, Echo Tango Alpha 0955, over.
Q137, Rescue, roger.
Rescue 137, some information for you from Aberdeen Coast Guard. You ready to copy?
Ready to copy.
Roger. A dinghy in water, 6 persons on board, 7 in water, total 13 persons. Over.
137, copy.
So let's just confirm we got the facts then. 6 in the dinghy, 7 in the water, and a non-winch equipped helicopter overhead.
Yeah, directly.
And Sunbury and ourselves are the only assets going, plus Rescue 01.
Yeah, there's boats on the way. The helo without a winch is directing boats.
Okay.
From the rigs.
Has he actually spotted any people, you know, in the
Yep,
water?
yes.
Oh, that's where the numbers come from.
Yes, that's right. 6 in the dinghy, 7 in the water.
Okay. Is there a Nimrod coming?
Yeah, Rescue 01.
It's 32 miles behind us.
Yeah, he'll be there before us.
We got the guys in the water.
What was that that came in, though?
Apparently the guys in the water are now on a Zodiac raft.
137, this is 01 Sitrep. Call sign 143 has lifted the guys out of the dinghy. Claymore is controlling. I suggest you call him on this frequency for instructions.
This is Claymore on the nose.
Mike Oscar Delta, Delta 60.
Be advised, we have a distress operation at the Claymore area.
It looks like the aircraft floating belly up.
Yep, that's it. No, got nose wheel. Is that nose or tail wheel, you see?
Tail wheel, I guess.
Oh, yes, it is, yes.
Be nose down. Claymore traffic, this is
Only one flotation bag, isn't it?
Oh, look at that bugger roll.
Yeah. Oh, there's 3 in there.
Shortly you'll see the rescue dinghies as well, coming down the right-hand side in about 100 yards.
And the life raft.
And I'll be turning right around that. Turning.
Rescue 137, we'd like all aircraft to remain in field until we've examined the survivors. The gentlemen are in shock. On the most, but at this time, stand by.
Claymore, Rescue 137, to stay out the way. Am I clear to come to your deck?
Rescue 137, the Claymore traffic. Confirmed, Claymore deck is clear.
Forward 1, steady equivalent.
Gear down with the brakes on.
Hello, Steve, you hearing me?
Yes, you're loud and clear, John.
Yeah, morning, old man. The current situation is this. We've 6 people on board that came from the dinghy from the ditched aircraft. They don't appear to be in bad shape. There are 7 people who are on the Maersk cutter at the moment.
Yep.
These people were picked from the water. They're a little reluctant to be winched up at the moment.
The guys you've got, you say, are okay, basically?
The guys we've got are all walking.
Yep.
I think it's more shock than anything.
Yes. And really looking forward to the next helicopter, sir. Well, that was one of the points made by one of the helicopters. You know, having said that, it might be an idea to get them on fairly soon. You know, the old principle of get airborne again.
Yeah. I'll go and check what the status is now, the 6 lads, and get back to you.
Okay then. Wait till they come out.
Stop, it's still floating.
Yeah. Sorry?
Yeah?
It'll be the floats on the 2 sides that's keeping it up.
Everyone we've tried to before we've sunk.
Basically, let it float if it's floating. Then at least the AIB can get it intact. If find out what went wrong.
Maybe a marker buoy if it was usable.
It's too rough at the moment, that's why we had the vessel in place. We'll just stick with it until...
What was it, a gearbox you think, was it?
It was a noisy box with decreasing oil pressure. But the box noise suddenly went horrendously. You know, power
just
variations.
straight transmission failure. And got a mayday out just before we ditched, and that was it.
You went out your cockpit window?
I went out the cockpit window.
I went into the back.
Because he couldn't get out his window.
To find the guys all in the back with about 1.5 feet of airspace with the machine upside down. I went down to get the cargo door, and I got the handle of the thing, got the thing turning, but I couldn't push that door out. So with that I went back, but by that time there was no airspace. And I got out through one of the pop-out windows.
I got into the boat sponsor, upside down. He was hanging on the starboard, and there were 4 or 5 guys climbing up the rear emergency exit onto the back. So I was shouting at them saying, pull the bloody lever to get the dinghy out. Because there's a dinghy fixed to the rear emergency exit. And if you pop it, it's out. And they got that one out, and then we just got everybody on the aircraft into it.
Anybody want to make a call home then?
She's still going for your granny, was
I was
it?
off to my granny's funeral in a couple of hours, you know.
Well, your missus Castle, was it?
Yeah.
Still,
Would you like to...
they've talked to her, she's quite happy, she's on her way to your granny's funeral.
2137, Claymore, you're clear to lift. Lifting, Roger. 137 is departed Claymore Alpha at 1225. 6 on board, 3 hours endurance, estimating Lossie 1400, direct track, over.
Rescue 137 Edinburgh Rescue departed Claymore at 1225, roger.
Right, gents, we're inside the trainer this afternoon to carry out a series of 4 exercises. Quite simply, all that's required is that we are up at the top, the word of command will come, stand by for emergency landing on water. What we must immediately do, firstly, is check our seatbelt to ensure that the seatbelt is actually secure and tight and that we're secure in our seat. We then brace for impact, taking up an impact position, quite simply, arms underneath the legs, tucking the head well in so that we're ready to break that impact. When we hit the water, immediately sit up, locate your nearest emergency exit. The water's going to slowly start rising up to chin level. When it reaches chin level, you will hear me shout out the words, stand by. That is your cue to take a comfortable breath, force your head and body again down in the direction of that emergency exit, and start your 7-second count. On the completion of your 7-second count, release your seatbelt buckle and pull yourself clear of the trainer. This time, the rapid impact. On hitting the water, it must be razor sharp because we will go immediately into a capsized roll.
ITV Rescue, go ahead, sir.
What it is, the Stornoway helicopter has crashed. He was searching between Hamda Island, that's on sheet 9.
Yeah.
He was last heard of at time 2039.
Okay, we're on our way.
So, Rescue 137 Roger, we've got notification of a helicopter incident at positions possibly 5759 north, 0501 west. The Coast Guard helicopter out of Stornoway. Over.
And we've got a target that's passing us off our 12 o'clock.
It's a full man in, I thought it was.
Hey, tanker releasing.
Roger. Okay, watch your attitude.
Full man in it.
Target, please.
3 o'clock. Your trade, see it.
Sorry, just listening down. Right, coming on.
Turn all the hover lights on.
He turned it all on.
All on.
Okay, we're ready to go in the rear.
You've only got 4 survivors there, looks like it.
Yes, I think 4 helmets I can see. All happy so far. Roger. Bob is happy and winching out.
Well, you're clear to winch, clear to players on HT.
Roger. Bob is correctly at height. Right to and back. Laying a dinghy.
Moving now.
Right to and back. Right one and back. Bob approaching the dinghy. Steady. Winchman with the survivors. Steady. He's working in the dinghy now.
Roger.
Yes, I think there's 2 in the stop, winching in. Bit difficult to see. Left one. I'm just moving left very slightly. High line attack. And forward. 2 approaching the door. Still got the dinghy. Good visual. Steady. 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 It's 5 foot to the door. Approaching the door. Okay, on board.
You are good, okay?
And hoistmasters to pilot. Winch out. 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 Winch out. Out. Out.
Got them up front.
Yeah, the front one.
Okay. Any injuries?
They're all in good condition.
Are they? Okay.
Winch out. Got ahead 4. Laying the dinghy. I presume the 2 are on top. They all look ready. Winching in. Clear the dinghy.
Right, Clever.
Left, yes, to see the dinghy, left and back. Okay, I'm winching in the last 10 foot. Hoistmaster to pilot. Pilot. Winch out.
Winching.
2 more on board.
The aircraft nose hit the sea and started to roll right in a clockwise direction. And the engines didn't really stop until the rotor struck the water. And the next thing was this beautiful pale green liquid coming towards me, which was the sea rushing into the aircraft. It came in at quite a rate and lifted me out of my seat. At this stage, I didn't know where anybody else in the aircraft was and what had happened to them. And it happened like a slowly run film. I was conscious of the fact that I wanted to get out of this thing when the water had come in. My training stood me in good stead. I stayed exactly where I was until the aircraft stopped moving. The drawback was that I was the only one left in the aircraft. It was nearly full of water. I ended up at one stage with a fair size air pocket, which reduced as the aircraft settled. And having tried for nearly 10 minutes to get under the water to operate the jettison handle, I'd found that my natural buoyancy wouldn't let me get under the water. Consequently, I was in a situation of giving up a bit. I felt that that was it. I was going to drown.
137 Stornoway, understand you've uplifted survivors. What are your intentions now? Oh, that's going to be so good.
Stornoway 137, we're now returning to Stornoway to take them home. They're all fit and well, and we estimate 10 to the hour.
137 Stornoway, roger.
John Dean, I got a message for you.
Yeah.
Okay. From Cy Rogers, about bloody time you come and pick him up. Stornoway.
Murray Firth News, Jackie O'Brien reporting. The Stornoway Coast Guard rescue helicopter has crashed while searching for 2 men missing in their fishing boat off the west coast of Sutherland. The 4-man crew were picked up by a rescue helicopter from RAF Lossiemouth. All the crew are reported uninjured, although it's understood that the Winchman was trapped for 10 minutes inside the sinking helicopter. The search for the fishermen is still going on.
Hello, Jeffrey, how are you?
Where are you?
I'm at the airfield now. We've brought the 4 lads in.
Well done. That's a good job.
Thank you very much. Now, the aircraft at the moment is just on the other side of the airfield to refuel. What do you want us to do?
Well, firstly, Bob, can you give me any idea what happened?
Just one sec. Any of the crew we picked up, just there's Cy Rogers there?
Yeah, Cy's here.
Can you ask him? Cy?
Nothing on.
Is he?
Totally naked.
Okay. The boat you were searching for, you didn't pick anybody up or...
No. Let me clue you in.
Yeah?
There was one survivor...
One sec, would you like to speak to Winchman, Cy Rogers? We just picked him up. He's in his underpants at the moment. Oh, there you go.
Who is it?
Jeff Roberts.
Hello, Jeff. Cy Rogers.
Hello, Si. I'm glad you're okay.
Well, thank you. So am I.
Okay, well, were any of the crew injured on your aircraft?
No.
So you were all picked up, were you?
That's correct.
What do you think happened to your helicopter? In fact, did you have time to complete your search for the missing man?
I think you better speak to my chief pilot about that. All right? I hope it's understood. They picked up one survivor from this thing.
Perhaps at this stage we should hand over to the surface search forces, because the Coast Guard have got people on the ground there, and we've got the lifeboat en route.
I think that's probably the best bet. All right, mate?
Thank you.
I'll give you back to Bob. Cheers, Jeff.
Jeff, Bob again.
Excuse my shreddies.
Yeah. Cy said he was the last one out, you know. But they were in the dinghy, they were all uninjured. One's cold, his suit filled with water.
What was that?
One was cold. You know, but okay, no problem, all compass mentis, no problem at all.
Oh, that's excellent. Do you know the cause of the accident?
From what I can gather, they just sort of ended up in the water.
Yeah, it's a freebie, is it?
It's a freebie, yeah. It's like getting your tax back.
Thanks, kid. I thought your winch operator was rubbish, by the way.
Well, exactly, you know, he kept blaming...
I thought he was supposed to be coming in the bloody thing. Look after you all day. Come on, you
Make sure you're in the shower. You know, hot shower. I pour something down his throat all over his head.
You know what, Sharon, now. Listen, I had to go and see a doctor.
Take care, mate. All right. Many thanks, buddy.
I tried for 10 minutes to get under the water, to get to a jettison handle, which would take out the emergency exit. I'd been taking breaths and trying to get under the water, but finding it difficult because of the buoyancy. I'd also been trying to see under the water to find this emergency jettison handle. And at this stage, I don't think I'd panicked, but I must confess that I thought that I didn't have long for this world. I felt that strongly and strangely about it that I decided that rather than drown slowly as the aircraft went down, I would do something rather more quickly. I couldn't think of anything more horrendous than drowning, more especially to drown slowly. And my idea was that I was going to end my life and do it very quickly. However, I suddenly thought about when I'd been in the Air Force, I'd always maintained to my wife that if anything fatal happened to me, then she would be told not by a padre, a priest, or a boss, but by her father. And I couldn't remember if the company that I work for now knew that that's what I wanted. And not knowing, I suddenly decided to try and do a bit more. I'd already had at least 10 minutes of fighting, literally for my life, when I decided that I'd have another go at something. I started ripping trim off the door, and I still don't know to this day if I opened the door by inadvertently touching the mechanism, or if the aircraft commander actually opened the door from the outside. Whatever happened, I don't mind, because I'm still here to talk about it.
Coast Guard would like you to proceed to the Piper Alpha.
Yeah.
And if you talk to them en route, the situation's a bit unclear at the moment. They've no idea how many people are involved or anything.
Do you know roughly how many people?
No idea.
Right. We'll try and jack up a second aircraft if we can get a crew to it.
Yes, that's super. And we're calling Bulmer right now to get on the way as well. I'll get the Nimrod up, and he'll probably be out there as on-scene commander, because it looks as though it could possibly turn into a biggie.
Piper platform. All personnel abandoned.
Edinburgh Rescue, Rescue 138 is on scene.
2138, this is Edinburgh Rescue, roger, on scene, out.
Bloody hell, it's really on fire, isn't it?
I'm sweating already.
01 Tharos, the situation is that the platform is completely on fire from sea level to top. We have in fact pulled back somewhat. The structure is collapsing and it is total fire. We are continuing to spray water on it. One of the standby vessels has reported having 25 casualties, which includes 3 serious burns and 1 injury. We wish to get rid of our non-essentials so that we can handle these casualties when we bring them on board.
Rescue 01, copy.
Rescue 138, the Tharos, we wish you to collect 12 passengers first and proceed then to Ocean Victory to collect paramedics.
Okay.
Okay, they want us to go to Berriff, pick up on 12, then go to Ocean Victory, which is 250, 9.5 miles from our present position. Can you see them on radar? Because I've difficulty seeing things in all this flaring light at the front.
Okay, we're back on radar.
If you could stay on radar, Pat.
Yeah, okay.
It's bloody bright, isn't it?
Right, so there she goes. It's certainly collapsing. Berriff, Rescue 138. Are we cleared to close and land on your heli deck?
Rescue 138, that is correct.
Okay, we'll clear for it, Bob.
Okay, good.
Okay, clear to close. Good, coming down. Are you going to bring him in through the front or the back?
Through the back is quicker.
Okay. Over the deck one more time.
Forward 3, forward 2, 1, steady, clear below, two on the tail, 1 on the tail, tail is on, mains are on. Where they got them in?
Rescue 138, confirm you've no more passengers at the moment?
That is correct.
Okay, one up, left 12.
It's all shut down. Okay, you think those are ready?
Lifting to the hover.
Okay.
Yeah, Rescue 01, Tharos. Just to advise you of the vessel's intent, we are going to try and move back towards the platform to endeavour to keep things cool and to hopefully prevent some of the underwater explosions that we're frightened of.
Tharos Yankee Bravo, as you've probably been told, the risers have obviously broken and the oil is now coming straight up onto the sea. And in fact, the sea is burning as well.
Ocean Victory.
We'll take out medic. First coming in.
Affirmative.
How many? 1, 2, 3, let's do 4. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Berriff, Rescue 138, airborne from Ocean Victory with 4 paramedics on board. ETA Berriff, fingers 4 minutes.
Oh, it's really going now. Bloody hell.
Gee, it's a bit hot on this side.
Oh, good.
Close my window. Getting off the radio from her? Bloody hell, it's really on fire, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big one. It's fallen down.
My, oh my, she's really boiling. Escape is right.
Berriff Rescue.
Forward 20, descending.
That's the crane on the left.
Yes, I can see that. 15 descending. Clear out.
Clear out, yes.
Rescue 138. I have made contact with the vessel Silver Pit, who now has 30-some casualties, including some injured. Check the feasibility of commencing the winch recovery of those people to me.
Yeah.
He is moving closer to Tharos. He is a converted fishing vessel with a small landing area.
Okay, how many can we take?
12, 14, yeah.
Rescue 138. We have 3 badly burnt men. They will be in the stretchers. They are stretcher cases, over.
We'll go right 2, make it a little bit easier for them. Right 1. Steady, they have it. Steady. 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 Placing the survivor in the stretcher. In the space litter. Make it easier. The hook remains at height. They're just about ready. I won't give them the hook yet till they are steady there. So he's moving very gently towards the fire.
Yeah.
Steady, a little bit of a sea there, winching in. They're clear of the deck. Yes, all secure. The high line is still attached if you'd like to move left and back.
Okay.
Your height is good. You're clear of the deck. Standard stretcher entry. 20 for the cable.
My target.
Roger. 20 for the cable. Roger, your target. Just reminding the stretcher. 5 for the cable. Your height is good. My eyes inside. Hoist master pilot.
The pilot.
Winch out.
Out.
Winch out. Winch out. Winch out. Stop winching. Hoist master to me.
The crew.
Steady. The stretcher's on. The winch is on. Left 1 and forward. Steady. 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 Left 1. Steady. Winching in. Leg clear of the deck. Still on the high line. Left. Until you can see the boat. Left and back.
Silver Pit, this is Rescue 138. Silver Pit, while your engine's stopped, the roll will make it quite difficult for us to safely get stretchers off. Can you get underway, sir? Yes, it'll be very slowly because at the moment we're having a few problems with manoeuvring and all that.
I see all 4 points of the stretcher are secure. On the Winchman's happy. Right 2. Still attached to the boat. Still got it. Got some oil on the water.
Not surprised, but...
Oh. Only another 2 yards now. That's clear, but you clear to move forward.
Okay.
My eyes inside. Hoist master pilot.
The pilot.
Winch out.
Out.
Winch out. Winch out. Winch out. Stop winching. Hoist master to me. Lovely, that's all on board. Clear bus behind, up and away.
Roger. Just confirm we've got 3 on board?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, how far are we going to take you guys?
We're just going to the Pharos again, the one that's doing the firefighting.
Okay. Not a lot we can do.
Can you tell me how old you are, Billy?
Rescue 01, sit rep. Brig is now believed to be emitting hydrogen sulfide, and there is a high probability of an underwater explosion. There is heavy smoke and flames spreading to the north of the rig. This is Rescue 01.
Golf Oscar, the Pharos ferry deck is clear. Roger. Yes, sir, you are the one with medical staff. Affirmative. Rescue 01 from Pharos. Any aircraft could assist if they could bring spare stretchers. We're getting very short of stretchers. A number of casualties made their way up our columns and are being treated in the hospital. We will shortly begin the evacuation of those personnel, the ones able to walk easily, from ourselves to one of the other installations.
Supply, local attention in here, medical attention in there, and we can start to fill that up with stretcher. Four cases.
How many guys have you got in the room so far, the ones that are deceased? One. Okay, do you not think it would be better to, we have a single room that we can, lay them in?
Do you want to start doing that? Yeah. Well, I thought that area would be better for receiving.
Well, for more casualties.
Casualties.
How many
we can make arrangements to put the bodies somewhere else downstairs. Yeah. We don't know how many to come from. We haven't a clue.
Because I think all that manipulation and so forth, it's going to take up time.
Yeah, well, allows. See, what I thought was it would bring everything up here.
Okay.
Heavy medicine stuff in here, medic stuff or paramedic stuff in the cinema.
Yeah, you're getting that cleared out.
Everybody's getting it cleared out just now.
Right, thanks.
I need some stretchers down here too, mate.
This guy's going to look for him.
Over here.
Is there another one like that? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so just a bit of water. It's fine.
He's got a chest injury, he jumped about 80 feet, and he's also got a bad circulation injuries. He's got retrosternal pain, and he's got quite severe lung problems.
How bad is this incident, in your opinion?
Tragic. I'm not sure the number of casualties. I believe it's about 150 fatalities, but I'm not sure yet. We haven't got the full numbers.
Rescue 138, Taros, you are carrying one fatality, is that correct?
We're now carrying 2.
Understood, sir. And do you have a task after that?
We're going to refuel on the Santa Fe.
Understood, sir.
How many people did we get up at that group?
But they said it goes in on the first job.
Was that also as one mission?
No, he's got to go and do it first, and he's coming back and taking notes.
Okay.
Taking notes now, yeah. Is that everybody up there now? 29, yeah?
Yeah, we have 29 in.
We'll let you do an infection. So if we give you that, it prevents you getting worse. To get in, and we'll get you assured and you'll be assessed. If we run into an accident of emergency, we'll lecture your chest.
Rescue 01, Paris. Paris, Roger, Rescue 01. Do you require us to put another helo on standby for evacuation of more casualties to Aberdeen? Yes, sir. If you have one free, certainly can come in and stand by ready. Rescue 01, stand by.
Yeah, all 6 guys, please. 1, 2, 3. That's good. We got 6 more. 4 guys. Have the small road entrance, please.
Left hand. Sure,
Put a needle in your arm, okay? Put it with that. And then you can just to the phone.
There were 61s in the area with some police on board, and there's another one with more stretchers and body bags and whatever around somewhere.
What's the next flight for...
I'll just ask them.
Rescue 01, which is the next aircraft you can task for evacuation, sir?
Rescue 13 will be inbound in about 5 to 10 minutes for more casualties.
could you tell me what happened to you? At what time, if possible?
Yeah, well, I woke up about 9:30, so it's too early to go back, get up, so I just sort of dropped back off to sleep again, and then it must have been about 10 o'clock maybe. It was just everything in the room shook, you know, the cupboards, books come off the shelves and like that. To begin with, we thought it was one of the boats that was hit the rig, you know, just bumped it. And when we got up, we smelled the smoke. We just got dressed right out in the corridor, and the corridor was filling up with smoke at that time. We just started to look for a way out. I was in the accommodation, so I don't know how long, quite a while, just trying to find a way out. Eventually we got out onto the main pipe deck area, and we went round into the store, and we got stuck there because there was another large explosion. So we was in there for, I don't know how long either. Then the whole pipe deck sort of level subsided where we were, tilted to one side about 30 degrees or so. So it was a case of we had to get out of there because it was going to, well, I thought it was going to go. but that there was the smoke cleared because the flames were getting up past us. And then we could see the side of the rig. We just crawled across there through the metal and jumped over the side. And swamped a bit of
How far? What height did you jump?
Well, I'd say roughly about 100 feet.
You jumped about 100 feet? Yeah. How long were you in the water for before you got picked up?
I would think about half an hour, I'm not sure, 20 minutes maybe.
You had burned, you got burns to your hands. How did you sustain that? How did you get that?
That was crawling across the metalwork to get to the edge of the rig. Everything was just white hot.
And metalwork was white hot?
Yeah. It's actually slippery because the soles of the boots was melting when you was trying to walk across the metal. You know? Then we just got to the edge. I was the first one across, and it was, I think it was about 8 followed me. A few of them went over first because they had life jackets on. I didn't have a life jacket on. So I went in after them. There's a few behind me as far as I know. I just, once I was in the water, I swam. There was a few of them just collected together, the life jackets, and I just hung on to them.
Yeah.
So we drifted out some driftwood. And we climbed aboard just the driftwood that sat there until the rescue boat picked us up.
How long were you in the water for?
About half an hour, I'm not sure.
About half an hour.
Yeah. Lost all track of time.
The news is read by Catherine Hogan. Throughout the night, a major rescue operation has been going on in the North Sea after an explosion and fire on board the Piper Alpha oil production platform.
More than 170 people are still missing in the North Sea after what looks likely to become the world's worst offshore oil disaster.
The Piper Alpha platform was riven in two by a series of explosions. As rescue services swung into action, the RAF described Piper Alpha as a raging inferno from sea level to the top of the platform. There were 232 men
at 9:30 last night. The owners of the platform say 227 men were on board the oil platform at the time.
Rescue 138, lifting departing for Aberdeen.
Rescue 138, Laros, copy you, lifting for Aberdeen. Thank you for your help and assistance, sir.
Okay, clear to hover.
Victory, this is.
2 Squadron. We've been asked to take a shower up and towards the hospital. We'd like to speak to the doctor, please, before we go. Well, no, do you have a phone number? Sir? Where's the 32 Squadron? We need him now because we're going to Sky.
Sergeant Paul's telephone number then.
Okay, can you phone us, please?
And make it a flash call.
We just need to talk to the doctor, please. We don't need him, we just need to talk to him. So get him to phone us now. Yes. Okay? I'm Flight Lieutenant Henderson Collins, I'm 32 Squadron.
Let me add. Who's speaking? Right, this is a direct order. Flight Lieutenant Prince, Search and Rescue Captain UR2, have the doctor ring me on extension 234 within the next 30 seconds. Goodbye. Andy, yeah, just talk to the Winchman a second. It's SMO.
Hello, it's in Moncorn. We've got a young girl with meningitis out on Sky we're bringing across. The only medical implications you can think of.
Do you know what type of meningitis she has? Have you been given a diagnosis?
We haven't got that. RTC came up with some vague comment about not coming in contact with body fluids. I mean, that's obvious anyway.
Okay, not always obvious. The main ones you're going to come into contact with are oral and nasal fluids, and she'll spread them by droplet spread. The main thing you can do to protect yourself is to wear a mask, if you have any paper masks, or anything that can just stop droplets getting into your mouth. The problem you have to worry about meningitis, the main type to watch out for is meningococcal meningitis. That's the one that will give you the problems.
Okay. We need to keep it low, obviously.
Yeah, obviously you want to go as low as is comfortable. If you go too high, you won't be enough oxygen. If you go too low, it's going to be too bumpy.
Okay then, Doc. That's great.
When are you going?
When? We're going in about 2 minutes.
Going 2 minutes. Okay, well, all the best. I'll see you when you get back.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye for now.
Murray Coast Guard, this is Rescue 137, good morning. We're 6 AB heading over to the west coast for a meningitis case to bring to Regmore Hospital. We estimate 2 hours in total.
What I'm going to do is going to keep visual basically over the land, going down the coast. There's a big snowstorm down here.
It's not very far out of the way, just Berghead Marsh.
Yeah, okay, and I'm just going to turn left actually and have a look at this storm. It's quite a big one. The reason I'm going via Kinloss is just to see how thick these snow showers are, and it's somewhere I can just lob on if I have to. These are pretty damn thick. Well, we're down to 150 feet now, and it's not too bright, these snow showers. And you think it was night almost, wouldn't you? Very pretty.
Can you see Kinloss?
Yeah, we're just coming up to overhead the runway now.
And the rescue, this is Rescue 137. Experiencing severe snow showers.
Alright, we're just pulling off the runway now. If you get into the hills in these sort of conditions, it can last all day, whereas it's going down the valleys. So there's only one way to work when you've got weather like this, and that is in visual contact with the ground on an established route. And the only way we're going to ever get to Skye, I promise you, the only way you will get to Skye, there are 2 ways. Round Cape Wrath, and the other one is along the Aknasheen route, or finally down the Great Glen. But the Great Glen is very dodgy, even in this sort of snow. You can't see either side, and radar can't guarantee to get you through the Great Glen. So that's why we follow the railway line, and if we can't get there, we can't go. It's as simple as that, because you just end up in the middle of nowhere, on the ground, stuck.
Rescue 137 is from the ground in a heavy snow shower at Kinloss with very poor visibility. We'll inform you when we are airborne. Over.
If it's clearing through, we just wait. It's still pretty thick here. We just wait. You can't do anything in the snow. You're screwed.
Well, it should be clearing soon because it's cleared in Berriff.
The check is in the post. Pat, convince this doctor to start moving this patient by road. And
if they've got a police escort, then the police can keep in contact and we can pick them up from wherever we can. But I suggest they keep moving them, but with a police escort for that reason.
I can't quite see the advantage of actually moving them.
Well, we might not ever get there.
But they've got a doctor, and
yeah,
it doesn't matter, the kid's going to die unless he gets to the hospital. Meningitis. If it's so desperately want a helicopter, it must be reasonably serious, Pat.
They're best to start moving it by road because we might not ever get there. Yeah. I really think we're going to be very pressed to get there, frankly.
This is really improving now. I can see some buildings way out there.
Yeah. Okay, we'll lift and try and go along the coast to Dalcross then. Okay. That way, and if we get the other side of it, and nip across to Cromarty Firth, all right? Lifting, just check everything's okay.
Talks rising and out rising.
Right, what we'll do, if everybody's listening, is let's be quite clear. John on the low-level map and 500,000, Boney on the 50 thou, Pat on decker nav as a double check. I'm just flying it. If we get into conditions like this, I've got a minimum airspeed of 60 knots, and if I can't keep that up, I've got to land, okay?
Okay.
Just have a bird ahead, just bending right what he's doing out here, I don't know.
If we stay over the actual berth itself, we will contact no wires until we come to Dingwall.
Then there's a lot.
There's quite a lot of wires, so we're looking to pick up the road or the railway line, whichever we see first, really.
We've shed the ice too, most of it anyway. Looks like we've gone around the edge of a snowstorm in the Murray Firth. That's a fairly low cloud down there. What's another snowstorm? Okay, Pat, very definitely now, just looking ahead, you should stress to them that they should look to move this patient by road. The chances, I feel, of getting to Skye are virtually nil. We've got cloud right down on the surface ahead of us here, never mind in the hills. Just slowing down now. It's a question of just dropping it in the field.
Yeah.
And eventually, I go from field to field.
Slightly rising ground, just off to the left.
Roger, visual with that. We've got about 4 or 5 fields visibility, Pat.
Right.
We're at 100 feet with a gear down. Virtually into wind, if you can just check that. And in fact, it looks like we're not going to go much further than here.
Okay. So if you stay on this road, John, if you're happy.
Yeah.
If you're happy to fly along this road.
Okay, mate.
On the other side of the road are some low 25-foot wires. So across the road in 3/4 of a mile.
A little village here.
Yeah,
do you want to turn right?
If you turn right and follow this main road.
I'll just go around these houses and have a look at it. Check the wind. Keep the wind on there for me.
19011.
Thank you. The trouble is there, we're going downwind, Ian.
Yeah.
I'll just hold it here for a bit. It's a good field. 2 greens, brakes off. It's turning now a bit in the air cushion.
Yeah, I reckon that's going up the hill steeply as well. Comes down this way, down the side of the hill with a breakaway to low ground and a river to the left.
Yeah, got the wires all the way.
It's 25 footers.
Yeah.
Right? And then we'll pick up this road, and that's the road.
That's Loch Lucas, isn't it?
Well, you come across the Loch Lucas.
Well, this is a fair old storm here, so I think we'll just sit and hold it while that goes through, okay?
Can I just throw
if you pick up if you come...
So listen out for Pat.
Right, what we've got here is it's all going uphill from here. This is the easy bit.
I know.
Right, now I've got a weather report from Dornick which says good visibility. Bonham Bridge says good visibility, clear to the west. And it sounds like north of here at 20 miles, there's a possibility that we get through to Ullapool. What do you reckon about going way out that way?
I think that...
that's the way the weather's going.
Just basically, in Scotland, with snowstorms like this, these are very wide and extensive snowstorms. I don't believe that they're going to be in the clear for very long, Pat.
Yeah.
I think these snowstorms in the weather we've got are going to hit at anywhere, anytime. And I think we're far better off following something like a railway line, which is through a low-level route, frankly.
The other option is to go back to Bonham Bridge and follow the river, but personally I don't like following wires.
No way. Yeah. We'll just sit here, we'll watch this snowstorm. I've made a note of the time we landed, it was on the hour. and we just see how long it takes, because pretty soon we're going to have to call this off. It's going to take all day to get there.
How do you feel about going south to here aboard, and then north?
Well, we should be able to get across around the hill now on the railway line, Pat.
Okay.
These are showers, and they thin, and as long as, we'll keep going for the hell of it. Okay, I'll lift. Fuel tees, piece, caution, voucher, brakes, pins, and lifting.
Right.
But as long as we take it canny, and just hop from shower to shower, we'll probably do it.
7500 to anti-icing TSB, brakes off, tail turn left.
Okay, you want me to follow the road from the roundabout to the left?
Yeah.
Yes, please. Have you got them up there, John?
Yeah. Okay.
You know the route I mentioned?
You carry on, you're doing it, Bob.
Then Siegel.
Kill the wipers in case we need them later. This road down on my right.
This road on your right. Coming around to the left now.
There's more snow out to the west. Looking at it. I have the railway line.
Okay then.
3 fields viz, Pat, in snow.
Okay.
150 feet, gear down. I can't see the other end of that field.
Yeah, I've got the railway station.
What is this? Snow or snow? Now, I'm just slowing it down here, boys, because I can't see very far.
If you go down in here, you're okay. The wind's in your 9 o'clock.
Okay. Landing on. I think we're not on a winner, boys.
That's our present position, John. I thought we were very lucky to find this, actually.
You've stressed moving this person by road.
Yes,
You've obviously got the message anyway from what we're doing.
Okay, the station will be at Broadford. We won't have to go anywhere else.
Okay, but they should look about bringing across on the ferry even. Just keep moving with a police car.
The helicopter from Stornoway has been looked into. They said they're looking into the helicopter from the west coast. Right, Glencairn's about your only tight spot looking at the Porton Mill, John. And even then, we got the railway line and land on the road if necessary. Oh, I don't like that. I remember the first time I stopped traffic, I did it in Germany. I'll keep it stopping.
Lifting.
Your choice, railway line or road.
We'll take the bloody railway line every time, matey.
Yeah.
See how the railway line shows. Especially when there's been a train along it. How far we got to go? Total distance.
Another 35 miles.
30, yeah.
I'll go along with that.
You got the train on the left. We would have brought the railway timetable with us, really.
Well, it runs a day up here.
I've done this before. Right on cue, someone said, wouldn't it be funny if a train came round the corner? We're at 15 feet over the railway line. I think the railway engine driver was quite surprised too. The Winchman was, would you believe, sitting out the back with his feet out. When he got the diesel, the first he got of it was the exhaust up his leg. Threatened to jump overboard.
Yeah, okay, now the downhill, John.
So we want there.
We're just a wood line to go through. Yeah. And it starts to open out again just around this corner now.
Oh, the visibility is picking up.
There you go, stacks of this.
Relative. It is, it's good. Brilliant. Patience is a virtue in this game, isn't it? Don't get suckered. One person badly ill is enough.
177 Rescue. The patient is at Broadford Hospital, over.
137, roger.
The hospital coming up on the nose now. Forward and right, 80. Green. 2 greens, brakes are on.
Yep. Go on the left.
And descending, Pat.
Yeah,
Helter.
clear, also, 3. 5 descending.
Me.
Your place on the left. Forward 2 and right, clear that 3. Forward 1 and right. All wheels over something black. Just go behind and below to land on.
Nicely done, Prince.
Do we have the name of the dog?
Jordan, this is Doc.
Jordan.
Jordan, okay, bye.
How long will it take to get to Inverness?
God only knows. It's taken us about 2.5 hours to get here just now. Landing in fields. Might be an idea, we're sticking on free flow in the aircraft, just for air comfort really.
You're going to put the stretcher into it?
Yeah.
It's better than having a patient on the floor, I think.
I don't know, because at least overflowing stable.
That's the mother we have, not a nurse, is it?
Yes, mother.
Fuel, T's and P's, caution advisory, stab with engine, anti-ice, stab and harnesses. We've now got 9 on board. Tell me when you're ready to lift.
Ready to lift when you are, John.
Lifting then.
You're happy in the rear.
Thank you. Up.
Torque rising. 7900 to anti-icing capture 2 means brakes off, you are clear.
Forward and left. Am I clear now? Through the bloody snowed up windscreen, through the gap in the trees.
Yeah, nice and clear. Straight ahead now.
Safe single engine.
Roger.
What time did you set off?
What time did we leave this morning? About 7?
7:15.
Yeah, 7:15 by the time we got there.
Very, very bad weather on the way.
Yeah, it's not nice.
It's a bit better now.
It's okay on this side.
Right.
How many times have we had to land in fields on the way here? 3?
3 times.
The best we've seen all day, this. It's a nothing coming back. It's amazing, isn't it? After that bloody fight to get there. Never say never. On this job, you never say never, say never. You just need a lot of patience.
Well, your speed is excellent. It looks like you're going to be there in 15 minutes.
Well, don't speak too soon.
Nope.
We've got to go through this weather yet, Pat.
It's just beginning to look as though it might start thickening up ahead again. And I think one of the other considerations is that should we need to put down or shut down for any reason, then you're pretty near a road as well, and you can get a road transfer or even a flag down a bloody road train. And that's not a joke.
Yeah.
You'll pick the road up on the right-hand side. I'm going to take you a slightly longer route back down the road that we came down, just in case the weather clamps.
I'm just going the way you tell me.
And then we'll sit on that road to the A9.
Right, Coast Guard Rescue 137. We did finally get through to the west coast. We have picked up the casualties and are now presently near aboard en route to Inverness and listening out this frequency. Over.
Rescue 137, Roger. What's your ETA Inverness?
Estimate now 0950. Over.
Roger.
So you follow this road now, you want to go up this minor road to the right.
Okay, just slowing everything down now, it's getting crap.
Okay, 4 miles to A9.
Well, let's go to the roundabout.
Okay.
Straight across to the roundabout, takes us into the first.
This is my big moment. I go straight across this staggered junction.
Roger, I can see it says Inverness straight ahead on the roadside.
I follow the signpost to Inverness.
Roger, here's another signpost, sir. The B9169 junction on the A9 going south.
Okay. Got the A9 coming up in 2 miles.
Not before bloody time either, you bastard. Watch those wires for me. Just keep those bloody eyes, some set of eyes outside. Is that Boney?
Yeah, keep your eyes.
That's all right.
Looking out left, you've got wires there.
Wires are on the left-hand side of the road.
You've got 1 kilometre to run to the roundabout.
Okay, it's picked up a bit now. I've got about a kilometre of this. It's just on that corner I suddenly saw wires and no one had called them for me.
They're not marked, that's fine.
Thank you, but I want make sure
This side of the roundabout is a set of 25-foot wires crossing the road at right angle.
Okay.
This is the roundabout, you take the third right.
1 o'clock. Turn off.
1 o'clock, A9 to Inverness.
Roger.
Then we go through a wood for about a kilometre. With some
Okay,
wires
I can see the far end of that actually, it's not so bad.
And there's some wires across the far end of that, according to this.
Okay, right. There's 1, 2, 3 sets here. Are they on that 50,000 map?
No.
What a waste of time, honestly. More birds. The too high, Prince, you're too high.
Everybody's happy for landing.
Oh, you bugger. Altering for birds.
Yeah.
Tell me when I'm past them.
Okay, just going past now.
Turn left.
Okay, go left.
This is shitty.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got the water up my right now, Pat. Visual.
Yes.
I've got the bridge.
Really bad.
Okay.
Should be able to see the hospital chimney.
Okay, they've got a chimney, 1 o'clock.
Brilliant, yeah, sorry. It's just that we're travelling too slowly, aren't we, for a cassette bridge? You've got your landing light on, haven't you? I've got my floods on. There's a lot of birds in the trees here.
Yeah, wires now going down the back.
Quite interesting. There's the aerial and the police station.
Okay.
Two fields visibility.
Inverness, so this is 137. Landing now, police station. We'll call you when airborne.
Okay, I'm blowing the snow. Coming up to the door now. Door stage forward. You've got 2 units on it. Tails on. Tails on. Any sign of an ambulance?
You're clear. In and out as required. Thank you very much.
I'll bring the ambulance in.
Midway?
The nearest winter we've
Ambulance is there.
Okay.
We'll just take the whole stretcher out.
He doesn't want to drive around on that bloody snow. The thing is, we're out of practice because we haven't done this all bloody winter. This is one trip of this winter sort of condition.
I know.
And,
I've done it before.
You what?
Never done it before.
Was that a difficult job, John?
Quite interesting at times, wasn't it? Roughly speaking. I don't think I've ever landed in 5 fields before, trying to get through somewhere, but better safe than sorry. And we got her to hospital. That's the main game, isn't it?
As you're probably well aware, there was a case this morning which came onto the Sea King helicopter. A young lass from Skye was admitted to Raigmore Hospital with a case of what was then suspected meningitis. From the history from the crewman, it sounded fairly classical of meningococcal meningitis, which is the most virulent form of the disease. As such, it's a very virulent disease, which, for those not initiated, means very nasty and leads to death fairly quickly if not diagnosed. So therefore, because it spreads quickly and has serious implications, we've got to take preventive measures, public health measures, to prevent possible spread of this condition. So therefore, everybody who has had a fairly close contact with this girl should have some sort of treatment at an early stage.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to get you to open your mouth wide for me. I'm going to take a swab from the back of it, okay?
Yeah.
Just put your head back for me, please. Right, if it gets a bit unpleasant, just tell me, because I know it's quite nauseating, okay? Just say when you want me to stop. Alright, that's fine.
No, it was just snow, and of course it was worst when there was no wind. And in fact, the wind was whizzing around, but you just had to keep stopping. You couldn't see over through pylons around.
And it's a lot more frequent on the west coast, isn't it?
It's in the middle, from sort of Kinloss towards the middle of Scotland. That's where you pick it up. It's probably the most difficult transit I've ever had to do. We ended up landing in fields 5 times, simply because we couldn't even see the hedge on the other side of the field. But it was stressed. It was a very serious case, and the only hope was to get her to hospital. So no matter what the odds, you just keep going, and you find a way around. If you're going to save life like this, I suppose just occasionally you have to push the aircraft and your crew to their limits. I hope it's worth it.
Rescue team will be back again at the same time next week with the last in the series, Sting in the Tail.
Can I have your attention for a minute, folks? We're just about to start this exercise, and the idea is we want some volunteers to get buried. Oh, that's 2 right away. We've got 3, yeah, 4, all right. Well, we've only got 2 graves at the moment, so you have to take turns. So what we're going to do, we're going to bury you. You'll be quite safe. It's not very deep, with a walkie-talkie, so you'll be able to speak to us anyway, and you'll be well covered up. And one of the police SARDA dogs will find you, and they can dig down quite violently, but don't get too worried. You know dogs, what dogs are like anyway, so there won't be any problem with that. You want to say something, Romerson, about the dogs?
Just Search and Rescue Dog Association. It was started about 1965 in Glencoe here. In our area here, there's approximately 17 dogs just now. Any type of dog is quite good for it, as long as it's got a good nose, knows what to do. What they actually do is they work on human body scent. You probably see in pictures people giving dogs a hanky to sniff for a bit of clothing. The dogs don't work on that principle at all. It's just your body scent that's coming off you. All the time, your clothing, your own skin is giving off. Must be a terrible scent to the dogs, because they can pick it up at great distances on the hill, 500-600 yards away. The dogs will smell you out and they'll just home in on you. Some of the dogs will stand over you and they'll bark on you and slaver all over you. Some folk get frightened of that. Don't be frightened, the dogs will not touch you. All they're doing is just letting the handler know that they found somebody.
It makes a change digging someone out that's not dead, isn't it? Right, give your hand. Get your hand out nice and slow, that's the way.
That's it, keep your head down.
Your head down, that's you just about out the hole now.
That's your head out.
Just pull you, okay?
Right. You got it?
Just pull. That's you out now.
Right,
well done.
Okay.
So you're in the clear now.
Oh, right, thanks.
Get your hat back on now.
Get your hat back on, get your head warm.
Okay.
Are you cold?
Well, I'm a bit wet now.
Are you?
Thank you very much.
No,
what great dogs they are,
we just take the snow off the radio. All right, that's it.
What great dogs they are.
Lovely.
They're super.
Yeah, found you no problem. Yeah.
Right, so push your probes in then, everybody down. Okay, out. Take pace forward. And then probe again.
We'll do a kind of probing exercise. We'll give each of you a probe, because that's how we've got to find bodies sometimes. So you'll be in a long line, we'll get that organised, and we'll bury a rucksack or perhaps someone, and you'll get the idea of moving forward in a straight line and probing. And it's quite interesting to get that technique of, determining if you're probing onto the ground or if it's a rucksack or something. You get quite good at it after a while.
Yes.
You got it.
Sorry, Wendy.
Well done.
Diggers are back at work when they... Oh, it's Paul Moores again. It's the second time he's done it. Did it feel like, Wendy?
Slightly claustrophobic.
Did you feel the probe coming in at your back?
Well, it hit me at the side. It wasn't too bad.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh!
Well done, Wendy.
Oh, it was horrible.
Good afternoon, Mine Rescue Flight Sergeant Taylor.
Hello, Retrieve. We're just getting word in about a job across Sale. Got one man buried in an avalanche on the Five Sisters Ridge. Sketchy at the moment.
Right, I'll bring you back for details in a little while. I'll just get the guys queued up. Cheers now.
Rescue 137, this is Lossie Rescue.
Lossie Rescue 137, go.
Do you require police dog?
What was it?
Police dog.
Police dog. Affirmative. Member Rescue 137 airborne from Lossiemouth, en route to Kinloss to pick up MRT, and then en route to the Avalanches.
137 member, roger, listening out.
Okay guys, I haven't had time to tell you so far, but there's a job on the Five Sisters of Kintail. We believe one person caught in an avalanche, and there's a party of 5 altogether. The rest of them are looking for the missing person, and we've got to go join Kintail MRT and a couple of dogs and look for him. We don't have any other details at the moment. So the chopper is coming in a few minutes. We jump on and we'll no doubt go to Kintail's base and be briefed from there on.
We are committed.
Roger. 15, if they're forward there.
Okay, fill the left.
Forward 10, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're clear to land on. Wheel on the right tail is clear.
It's clearing.
Clearing?
Yep. Tucking with the wings. Just wondering if I can take in a more direct route. Right, we might be able to. Hi, there's another one.
Can we take 2?
If you've got the room.
Yes, I think you can.
It's a good thing Pauline's not here. She'd be wanting to take those 2 bloody Alsatians home with her.
Thank you, Farmer, now 16 plus 2.
16 plus 2 dogs, okay. Okay, everybody ready to lift?
16, that's correct.
Okay.
Okay, fine, it's there, Brahma behind.
Okay, I've got the one visual,
Yeah,
it's over the top,
fine.
well clear. He was the only traffic known. Done lifting. So I'll be coming left after takeoff. Is everybody in the back okay?
Yeah, I think everybody's quite comfortable.
That's the 2 woofers.
Yeah, they're lovely. Over 2.
Where's the nearest hospital from here?
Borford or probably better would be Inverness.
Inverness?
Yeah. Depends on the injuries really. We want to keep going to the end of the valley, yeah. Yeah, to go all the way around. There's no way we hop over, I'm afraid. I think it's going.
About 8 miles now, is it?
To go?
Yeah.
No, in line, yeah.
Okay, at about 13:40, the weather got really rubbish, and they decided to go down into Corrie Duvan, just below the Bialach. They said they got avalanche, so they were only a couple of minutes from the top of the Bialach to when they were avalanched. We've got no details about how far the avalanche actually went.
Yeah. They reckon it's here. Donald McMillan, who knows this ground into it, he says this lot doesn't avalanche.
I see.
So Donald reckons they could be further over to the east.
Kilometre east. Okay.
So try there first. We'll try there first, yeah?
Yeah.
And then we'll start going east.
Okay.
Okay. You want to keep this number?
So, yeah, I can't see there's no glasses.
Okay.
Two dogs, two policemen, and two MR. Okay. Two dogs, team of 8 now, dropping about 300 yards away from the incident.
Nice.
Looks like a digging job.
Okay.
We're missing out a good couple of metres here from the side. Come back at the shovels. We missed. But I can see the path there up the edge, so you open the bit. Okay, forward! No touching the bottom there at all. It's hell of a deep there. Forward! It's like black snow too, Sandy.
You've got a long one there?
No, we're just trying to get one there.
Because this is hellish deep. See if I can punch a bigger hole or something. Gotcha. No, that can't be it. Hang on a minute. Must be a step here. That's funny.
Forward! Well, we're going to get more people once the shoulders are over. What a depth of snow, isn't it?
Yeah, I know they're running a probe in the middle of this debris down there.
It's about 20 feet in places. Hellish deep. Deeper than you'd think.
Do you know they found a bit of a zip down at the bottom there?
Yeah, there's a box of matches down there as well. The snow there.
Aye.
There's about a foot down the matches.
You can never tell, Philly.
Could have dropped that, I don't know.
Aye.
Good boy.
You just hit rock there, eh?
Yeah, it's hit the rock.
Try this side.
Get a lot of ice off
Yeah, well, you get through the ice, there's something springy. Oh. No? You get rocker there?
Yeah.
Okay. There's rock in that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to put Dirk in the down over here. So what the master said now. Dirk, come. Dirk, come. Dirk, come. Down. Downstairs. We came initially and as quick as we could, and we were the first in to carry out a search. The reason for that is that the dogs can pick up on a warm human scent. Now, the circumstances here today are such that the snow has been packed very, very tightly, and it's hindered the dogs in picking up the scent of the man. The unfortunate thing about somebody being buried in snow
As I said, it's just like putting something in the refrigerator. The longer you leave it in the cold, the less the smell becomes. So it makes things greatly more difficult as time goes on, especially for the dogs. And it comes down to more a manual labour type job.
Okay. Forward. Keep it tight up in the left. Okay. Forward. It's quite shallow at the edge here. Okay. Forward.
One sec.
Forward. Okay. Forward.
One of you guys at the end possibly be spared. What's the probe up there?
Right. Jim, do you want to go up that for you, please? Got the top. Okay. Forward.
Hey boys, I think I've got something over here. Bring the shovels.
There's something grabbed there.
Don't hold it, boys. Hold on.
Why you don't dig too deep there, lads?
Okay.
Got his head there, what a
Here's his head, here.
No, his head's here. That's his head, these are his legs.
Oh, right.
Just slow yourself down, dig this out.
You move your foot there, Davey.
I'm on the side of him.
Right. Go back.
All right, everyone.
Tell me, don't you?
Can tell you later. Wait.
This leg's clear now. Can you see the other one?
I've got a foot here.
Yeah. Okay, there's his other one there. Right. Okay, we've got enough here, mate. Let's drag him out of there. Okay. You right?
Right.
Right. Come on in, boys.
On three. Every hold. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, go on.
Right.
Keep bringing him over. Go on, then. That's it. He's got his legs. Right, go on. Right, on his back.
Get the dog back, will you?
Dirt! Get out of that! Come! Come, Dick! Come! Come! Come!
Quite good, actually.
I'll check his pulse.
Somebody put some air into him. Say when you're ready to breathe into him and I'll stop.
Yes, go down there.
Okay.
Right. Okay, I'll go. Go. Very unlikely that we'll get anything now.
6 hours.
Well, the chances have got to be less than about 20%.
6 hours we were packed for it. No air space. Just packed.
Was it packed right?
Yeah,
tight
it's
round?
packed right round there. Don't know.
I don't think there's anything more we can do.
He's completely covered. The stuff is so wet and heavy. He's no chance to in there. His head would be about, what, 3 feet under? His feet were further down. He was lying face down, head down the hill, his feet back up, his rucksack on his back.
Has anybody got a poly bag we can put him in and make an alpine basket?
Aye, carry man. Yeah.
Somebody got a poly bag or do you with you the Gore-Tex poly bag? Has he got one in his bag? Yeah.
Let's see if it's something in the shop.
Aye, Roger, Joe. Well, as soon as they get here, obviously, we'll transfer it over to them.
I've got a rope.
A long one,
Yeah, full climbing.
Is it your own?
No, it's team.
All right.
Any raft guy's got a rope? You got that? Yeah, bring that one, Russ, because that's an old one. Dan, I've got one.
Kilo control, this is kilo 2, over.
Kilo control,
Kilo control, this is kilo 2, we have found the casualty is cat 5, I say again cat 5, over.
Come here.
Biscuit down. Anybody else got a bicky? Yeah, David. Yeah, I will.
There must be some more. Sit.
Speak up.
Where are you? Any more probe bits? You got a long walk.
We're going to make last orders.
Yeah. Just come. Just come.